Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown sports headlines. The NBA schedule for all 30 teams will be released today at 12 o'clock noon. News has already started coming in about what the Sacramento Kings schedule will look like. Sources confirmed to Carmichael Dave the Kings will open the season Wednesday, October 25th at the Utah Jazz, and the home opener will be Friday, October 27th against the Golden State Warriors on ESPN. The Kings are expected to have 6 ESPN games, 5 TNT games, and 11 NBA TV games, which is a grand total of 22 national television games, compared to just 5 from last season. Those are your headlines. Now let's get started with the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome in. We appreciate you. I'm Dave. That's Jason. Kyle's in the other room, Kyling, and for Jamers, who is half morning guy, half afternoon guy. Just kind of
He's a hybrid.
Do you ever feel like one day we're just going to come in? There's going to be like, Jay's the new afternoon guy. He's been there enough. Might as well be his shift now. Jay and friends. I'm not rooting for it. I like Jay. This might be the record for longest crew I've had working with me in mornings for a while. Which means it's probably about time to switch it up. You know, like the Olympics.
Just like the Olympics.
Just exactly like the Olympics. But we got Kyle in. We're good. It's a big day. Welcome in. Good morning. How are you? Hope you're well. And I'm going to stop talking like this right now. Shelley Smith, ESPN. How are you, Jason?
I'm great. How are you?
You know what?
Did you make it through day one? Day one of school?
Yeah. Yes.
It gets easier. Now today's day 2. See, it's easier.
No.
Well.
Now it's like moved past the sadness. Sorry, I'm just gonna be cleaning here. I brought in
I thought those were tears.
I brought these
tissues.
wipes from home because I don't. If we have any here, I don't know where they are, and this desk is just
Got a lot of schmutz.
yuckers.
Yeah.
Also, I'm loaning a friend an old laptop of mine today because she needs a laptop for a quick second. And long story. And it's weird. Have you ever loaned anyone a laptop?
I honestly don't believe so.
I haven't either. And it makes you think about like what goes into loaning somebody a laptop.
What's on that laptop?
Nothing anymore. Because I cleared that sucker off. It is brand
So
new.
you think?
Yeah, that's the thing. Do you ever really know?
Does said friend know much about computers?
I
Because honestly, I'm not taking that. Like if I needed the laptop for whatever reason,
right.
I needed it for whatever reason. I don't think I'm going to go, oh, I've got this for a day. Let me see how they spend that. Like, I don't care.
Right.
I honestly don't care. But some people might.
Some people might.
Yeah.
It's not so much that
Nor could I figure out, like,
right.
hey, if I hit this button, this thing, and
this thing
connect,
happen?
and then all of a sudden I know their whole history.
Right. And, you could always just take anything you don't want anyone to see. I almost thought about it. Actually, you know what? That's a good idea.
You bought a new laptop.
Well, this is an older, this is the one I don't use anymore. And she just happened to say, hey, do you know, I need a laptop for a couple of weeks. And I said, actually, I have this one sitting in the office doing nothing. Yeah, why not? Might as well get some use. But you know what I think I'm actually going to do before I see her is I'm going to make a folder on the desktop, and it's just going to be on the bottom right. It's just going to say
Clickbait.
Like no, like private do not access.
Yeah.
And then
Government files.
right, and then and then I'll put another thing in there where like if she clicks on it, it'd be like, I told you not to access this, you cheater, or something like that, just as a joke.
Fun.
Put something in there that like a toilet picture or something you just shouldn't.
Toilet picture.
Yeah, just a picture of random toilets.
Yeah.
You ever use a bidet?
I have not.
I think I told you I used one like last winter. That's a step up, man. That is an absolute step up in life. And yet I haven't gotten them. I went, I'm going to get one at home. And then I looked up how much bidet. And I understand you get like the low rent bidet where it just squirts water. I'm talking about the one where like it's heated and like it's got the little blow dryer. Like, I'm not joking, for real. Like
music plays.
The one I was in, not only did it have heated water, but it had different like levels like of the speed of the jets,
pressure, and
then also like you could do like like when there's like out of a sprinkler there's a steady stream, but then it goes yeah, like they have that one for like extra
power wash,
right power wash. And then it has like a little blow dryer, and you can control it. And it's got a little joysticks where you work with your thumb on the.
Does it have comb and gel?
Just a little perfume,
a
little scent. But you think about it, and I partially wished that I had never used it, because it made me realize just how different it is to not have one when it comes to the cleanliness factor.
Yeah. And that's really the most important thing.
It really is. You get off of there and you're like, the hills are you're clean, everything's great. And then you start thinking like, wow, where's this been my whole life? Number one. Number two, why isn't this standard? Like, I'm pretty sure like, what's somebody say? Like, I think it's in Japan. These are standard like this is normal stuff.
But you go to a gas station and they have it.
That would, probably, right?
Maybe lower levels, but hey,
whatever. Yeah, it's at least something.
Everybody's used to it.
And when you think about the logic behind it, it really does make sense. Like, I saw on the weather, I don't believe it, but I saw on the weather that it might rain a little bit next week.
Really?
Yeah, there's little rainy clouds.
Okay.
For like next Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, fun.
And I'm thinking, okay, so let's say it rains and I go in my backyard barefooted, just walking around, and I step in a mud puddle, right? Well, in the process of cleaning the mud off my foot, I'm not just going to use a rack of paper towels and be done with it. I'm going to get my foot underneath some form of water, and I'm going to have to wash it before I'm satisfied with the cleanliness of my foot, so that I might put on a sock or perhaps a slipper, depending on the time of day.
Yeah.
And I feel like that same logic applies.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're
right.
saying.
Where like all we're doing is using paper towels on mud on our feet.
Yeah.
When really we should be washing them.
Well, in some places you go, different quality of paper towels.
Very different quality. Like, for example, here, I don't know if there's anything less than 1 ply, but we have it.
Right.
We absolutely have it, which means that somewhere along
it's see-through, I think.
It's actually like, it's like if you go to there's a Jewish deli I go to when I go down to Palm Springs.
Thin sliced.
It is like the pastrami.
Yeah.
It is just you can hold it up to the light and see right through it. Yeah. That's what the stuff's like here. And somewhere, and this isn't a Bonneville thing. I know this. This is not a Bonneville thing. Bonneville doesn't skim. Somewhere, whoever the local miser is here in this building, whoever that is running through line items and going, you know what? I think we can save a little bit of money on that. And then, and what it is you don't, because you have to end up using 7 times the amount.
Yeah.
And then you have people walking around with wounds. And then you got to use
backups.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You're basically flushing down the
Towels.
world's a dish towel. And then you're why not, of all the places like at home, that's one thing we just there are a handful of things that we just don't skimp on. Like I've got all kinds of great value this and whatever that. I don't need to have, for example, like name brand, I don't know, whatever. But which is kind of sad I can't currently think of.
Yeah.
So like it's got to be Best Foods mayonnaise, right? No other exception. They just, if my wife learned that early, like I do a lot of the shopping, but if she comes home with some craft garbage, olive oil, just get it out of here. You might as well throw it. That basically that is finger paint because I'm not touching it. It has to be Downy Ball. I don't give me the knockoff. Snuggle in a pinch, but it's got. Let's just go with the Downy Ball scent, the light blue, and the toilet paper. Like it's got to be. I want the one. The one with the. I always tell her get the one with the damn bear. Whatever that one is. The Charmin. Enjoy the dough. Yeah, that got me.
Those bears dance. They're feeling good.
They're happy.
Yeah,
they're not. And the whole thing is it's this cute little cartoon commercial. Enjoy the dough, and big Papa Bear's in there, and he's sad because he's got this, Sactown Sports toilet paper in there, and then all the other kids and wife are waiting to bust into the bathroom because they gotta go, and then she slips him a roll of Charmin, and he comes out and he's shaking his little bear butt.
I mean, having the time of his life.
And then I always notice that, like, the end of the commercials, he comes out and he's waving his butt. And everyone's jumping up and happy. And like one of the little kids rolls in there because he's really got to go, like Ralphie and Ralphie's little brother in A Christmas Story. What they don't show is 5 seconds later, like they cut the commercial off. What they don't show is 5 seconds later when the little kid comes busting back out at full speed because he forgot that big ass Papa Bear. That's a Sunday morning, and he's been in there for 45 minutes. Yeah. And Little Bear just destroyed every nose hair he's starting out because he just rolled in, let's be honest, into Armageddon.
Yeah, that's the follow-up.
He did not enjoy the go.
Right.
He enjoyed the run for your life. Also, one bathroom.
Yeah.
Not saying that's a bad thing.
But time to upgrade.
There's got to be another. Also, I thought they went in the woods.
Yeah.
That's what
a lie.
Is.
What's the real estate market for cartoon bears?
Obviously way too high.
Second job.
Maybe.
What's the backstory in the Bear family? Maybe put the kids to work?
Look, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
Because otherwise, that's why you got that garbage toilet paper, bro, and one bathroom. Get it together. Enjoy the life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stop skimping. And we're going to go over this throughout the day. We'll have updates each and every hour on the Bear family. In the meantime,
a couple of guests.
The NBA full schedule will be released today. The Rays lay it down on the San Francisco Giants. And we've got a firing in the world of women's soccer. So I'm sure Russell will be just popping off in the chat. You can watch us on YouTube. Just go to Sactown Sports. 916-339-1140 is your text line. We'll take a break. Leading off next.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. The 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Heart Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPfest.com.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
But one of the most dramatic series in the playoffs, of course, it was the Golden State Warriors. They head to Sacramento on November 28th on TNT. So those are the headline group play matchups, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, the full schedule released today. Finally, the wait is over. Finally, and we will know, because I'm a little concerned. Will there only be 80 games? I don't know. Will there be 85 this year?
Maybe they miscounted.
I'm hoping for 41 at home.
Yeah,
and 42 on the road. But not really. But you get what I'm saying. That's a ode to the championship game in the NBA Cup. And we will not be getting that schedule per se during the show. That'll I think that's a Whitey Watkins thing.
Yeah, it's at noon.
Yeah, it's at noon. So look, feel free to listen to them if for no other reason, fun, laughter, and hijinks, but also the schedule. And then we will break it down on tomorrow's show. It will be 4 hours. Each hour will be a quarter of the season. And we will break down 3 for Madness, or not 3 for Madness.
3 in the key.
3 in the key.
Yeah.
Every single game.
All the way through. That's
one.
tomorrow's show.
What do we know so far? We know they open on the road on the 25th versus Utah. We know that they are at home on the 27th. That's their home opener, a Friday against the Warriors. We know February 22nd, the first game after the All-Star game, Victor Wembanyama makes his first appearance. And what we did find out yesterday is that whereas there had been reports there were only going to be 10 national TV games, there will be 11 NBA TV games and another 11 national television games between ESPN and TNT. That's 11 real national TV games. 22 total, but 11.
Yeah, because for those that don't, the NBA TV, it still takes the broadcast here, there's nothing wrong with that. There's great about that. You get a little studio conversation after, but it's not the typical where there's a Mike Breen or a
right
QB Brown or someone else is here or on the road talking about and broadcasting the game about the Kings.
Well, we're gonna
a lot of those.
Ernie and Kenny and Charles and Shaq will be talking about us. We'll have ESPN games.
And Bob Myers,
that's right.
Can he talk fairly about the Warriors versus the Kings?
Well, if it's any judge, Mark Jackson went from the Warriors and
did a great job.
Parlayed that into over a decade of doing all that fun
hand
stuff.
Down, man down.
Hand down, man down. Mama, did you hear the thing, by the way? I never verified if this is true or not, but it sounds like something that was true, that there was a adult film company that offered him $1 million to and that's not the first person they've offered that. There's somebody else too.
Has anyone accepted that?
I don't think so. But if you're of course, Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson's a deeply devout man. I can't imagine him doing that. But it does make you think about his catchphrases and how transferable they might be.
Good point.
Nope, not doing it. Did it on my own. Not doing it on the air. All right, number 2.
Cut number 2.
Swinging a drive to deep right field off the bat of Raley. Way back toward the wall and off the wall. Hits off the sidewall. Ricochets from Meckler and goes all the way out towards center. Raley headed around third. Meckler finally picks up the ball and too late. It's a stand-up inside the park homer for Luke Raley.
He's fast.
We were just talking about this. It's more exciting. Regular homer, stand-up.
That was the oddest bounce I've ever seen at that stadium.
Ever. I've never seen
that power alley, then off kind of the wall, then the top of the wall, and then just ran away from everybody.
Just scooted like a little mouse on a fence across the thing. And
it was like someone had a remote. Let's make this as far away. That was just bizarre.
And I felt bad because, as I'd be really, honestly, I watched that and I don't think there was anything anybody could do, but I really would love to be in the clubhouse after the game to see if somebody talked to Meckler, because I wonder if that was he out of position at all? He's new. It's a new park. What should he have stayed back and waited? I don't know. It's a tough call.
Yeah, because it's like he's being aggressive to get over there to help, and then he couldn't have predicted that bounce. But
Rays take 2 of 3 from the Giants, and what are you going to do? We talked about this. You've now got the Rangers.
Yep.
And the Rays that came in. The Rangers took 2 of 3. The Rays took 2 of 3. If you do the quick math, that's 4 of 6. The good news, though, is that the homestand gets a lot easier now as the road trip. Yeah. That's right, even better. Well, I guess the good news is they're not going to lose today.
Yeah,
because they're flying. And then you go straight to Atlanta.
Yeah,
the best team in Major League Baseball.
And they're hot. And they're hitting home runs every day. And
they've won 8 of 10. They've won 3 in a row. They are
good.
They are really, really good. So, of course, the Giants probably sweep. I don't know. Either way, that's a
doozy.
That is a big-time doozy for the Giants, and it doesn't get much easier. They'll hit Atlanta and Philly on that road trip, too. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
Now is the time for criticism, okay? Because we heard about criticism in the group stage. When I took this job, I knew that there'll be time where I'm going to be criticized or misunderstood, but unfortunately, I will not have a chance to explain myself.
Oh, okay. Well, the U.S. women's coach has, resigned, fired,
stepped down, whatever.
Yeah.
Gone.
Mutually agreed to part ways. Okay.
Got to blame somebody.
Honest question. Probably should know this. Has the Women's World Cup ended? No?
Championship on Sunday.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Who is it? It was like Sweden.
I think only one team's confirmed in, right?
Oh, okay.
No, both are there now.
Oh, is it both?
There was one another night. It's England versus Spain.
England versus Spain this time for real.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm going for Team USA in that one.
Yeah, same. Like if USA's not, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah. I lost my desire for the cup.
Yeah, I just whatever.
And you know what that is? Bandwagon, and I'll admit it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big giant bandwagoner myself.
Yeah. Pro Team USA in this one.
So you guys won't be up at 3 a.m. on Sunday to watch this?
You know what? I won't.
No, I will not at all.
I'll see the highlights. I'll see the recap.
And to be honest with you, even if what did you say? It's 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
I'm not gonna lie. Even if it was the American women in there, like that would, I know exactly what I would do. I would DVR it, and then first thing when I wake up, I wouldn't go online.
That's exactly how I do it.
Go straight to the TV, watch it, and then be done. Yeah. So there you go. There's a thing, and
changes are coming.
Yeah, it's nice to have as if I don't get enough here. It's like Russ has on our YouTube chat every day. And it's like Russ has this I think he has this program that like rings him anytime anyone locally says soccer, and he like busts out like, I'm the gatekeeper. Let me gatekeep my soccer. I had him on Twitter last night. I had a dose of Russ on Twitter last night because I unfortunately, and I need to know this better, I unfortunately made a comment about MLS, basically how I think Lionel Messi is inadvertently proving how, crappy objectively MLS is compared to the rest of the world. No offense to him, but he, like that last goal he hit, that was terrible. And, I think MLS is comparable somewhere between English League Championship and League Two over there. It is not a top league. And of course, Russ had to come in and defend MLS. And look, sorry, dude. It's not it's a fine league for what we have. It's not a Messi's just, it really is kind of, somebody made the comparison, like if LeBron went to China or something tomorrow and start playing in that league, or LeBron went to England, played, I'm sure English has a basketball league. He goes over there. It's just like, oh my God, LeBron's just 39 years old. It's just,
it's happening.
Kind of shows how we're a little behind over here. But hey, it's coming on strong. It's growing the game. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out. In the meantime, want to talk to you about my friends at American Energy. It's American Energy time. We need some of that. We need more of that American Energy in the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? We need more of that. Perhaps if they had seen my friends at American Energy Heating and Air, they could have advanced a little bit more. It's important. It's important. You know what's funny? That's not funny, I guess, but one thing, I'm having lunch with the folks over there today at a still undetermined location, by the way. And why do you care if I'm having lunch with a couple of clients? You shouldn't on the surface, but it's part of a bigger point. If I'm going to endorse something to you, and as much of a goofball as I am, 20 years in the business, and I take very seriously people that I tell you to go do business with. The nightmare for me is not being wrong about a sports take. That will happen. It's happened before. It's not of that. The nightmare for me is always, I sent you to somebody because you trusted me, and you went and brought them your business, and then you were disappointed, or you were taken advantage of, whatever it may be. There's a vetting process. It's not just, well, take your money. It has to fit for them, and it has to fit for us. And I, of course, won't mention places, but there have been sponsors that it just hasn't been a fit. I had a bad feeling about them, or maybe they didn't like me, whatever it is. I just want you to trust and know that when I'm talking about an endorsement, when I'm endorsing a product, that it's something I would and have used for myself, for my family, and I wouldn't ask you to. So it's important to keep in touch with these guys. It's important to see what's going on with their business, how I can help them, what deals they have. So we'll get the lowdown from that today and be able to continue to offer you deals like $2,500 off full systems, as low as $34 a week, free Wi-Fi thermostat on high efficiency units. 916-520-9990. Offer expires August 30th. 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com, making America proud since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Safe or out when we get back. Sactownsports.com.
The first ever NBA in-season tournament schedule is out, and our Kings have some great matchups, including national TV games against the Spurs and Warriors.
And Sacramento has won. They have risen to the occasion. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, this place is absolutely nuts.
Listen to every game on the home of the Kings, Sactown Sports and Sactownsports.com.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Fortinet Championship returns to Silverado Resort September 14th through the 17th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With wine experiences, rockin' shows, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Fortinet Championship, September 14th through the 17th. For tickets, go to FortinetChampionship.com.
Hold up, you're using Swiffer Power Mop? What would Mom say?
Oh, she'd be like, a mopping bucket is the only way to deep clean your floors. And I'd be like, Mom, this is the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one that gets you a mop and bucket clean in half the time.
She'd never believe you.
I'd say, look, the solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket. And the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get into grout lines. That's why you're the smart one.
Really?
What? Mom said it.
The new Swiffer Power Mop. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store. And I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store. Come in now for a free arch support fitting and test walk.
Bobby, did we get that shipment of mesquite?
Jim's woodworking shop worked fine.
Good fit on those Japanese corners.
Until half his staff retired.
Wow, those cuts are neat. I'm really going to miss your precision.
He needs 4 skilled woodworker bees ASAP.
All right, this jigsaw needs a new blade.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This
is Protection. Yep, Protection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
Whether you're shopping for your favorite Honda online or in person, you'll see why Stockton Honda is the #1 Honda dealer in Northern California and why buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Visit in person or online at StocktonHonda.com, where your favorite Honda is ready for you.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own loan report.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The NBA schedule for all 30 teams will be released today at 12 o'clock noon. News has already started coming out about what the Kings' schedule will look like. Sources confirm the Kings will open the season Wednesday, October 25th at the Utah Jazz, with a home opener on Friday, October 27th against the Golden State Warriors on ESPN. The Kings are expected to have 6 ESPN games, 5 TNT games, and 11 NBA TV games, a grand total of 22 national television games compared to just 5 from last season. Stay tuned to SactownSports.com for more information and updates from Frankie Cardicelli. Those are your headlines. It's time for Safe or Out.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's Safe or Out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, Jay's in the afternoon. That means Kyle Ledbetter behind the glass. Also want to remind you, Country in the Park 2 tickets coming up today. When should we do that, Jason? Pick a time, anytime. Pick a time.
How about we do that?
Yeah.
After 3 for Madness.
After 3 for Madness. I think that's a fine choice. I know the early folks,
less than an hour from now.
Yeah. Early folks are always like, come on, what about the early people? Well, that's still pretty early. We did it last time we gave some away. It was in the 6 a.m. So we're trying to lean a little more towards
around.
Early folk. Safe or out? Kyle, hello.
Safe or out?
Hello.
Hi.
Ooh, that was a good voice, Jason.
Hi.
The San Francisco Giants. You mentioned it in leading off. They're 2-4 on this brutal stretch of the schedule, and they're heading on a 6-game road trip against Atlanta and Philadelphia. So safe or out, the Giants will be on the outside looking in at the wild card race by this time next week.
I got people hot on their heels.
Those Chicago Cubs.
The only thing keeping me from, let me see. Let's just look at the old standing. See where the Gigantics are. Yeah, they are 1.5 ahead of the Red Hot Cubbies, who have won 1 in a row. But they had a great walk-off last night. The Marlins and the Reds, a couple of young teams there.
There's a few others right behind. I mean, there's a lot of teams in play now.
Diamondbacks, Padres, 4.5. No, they will not be on the outside looking in, but I think they'll be clinging to that last spot, clinging to it, only to relinquish it sometime. I mean, the question is specifically after the 6-game road trip this time next week, or which would be during that. I'll say they're holding on by a pinky nail, but it's the inevitable is coming.
So maybe the timetable could be off, but I'm going to say safe that they will be on the outside looking. I mean, they've lost 2 of 4 in this stretch, but if we go even a little bit further back, I think they're 3-8. Remember, they had the 2 losses to the A's.
Yeah.
They've had some. It hasn't been their best baseball. Doesn't mean they can't turn around because they've done that multiple times this year. But you look at it, I think it's Atlanta, Philly, then Atlanta again. But in a week, I just feel like some of those teams, whether it's the Reds, the Marlins, Cubs, one of them I think will catch them by this time. The Giants still may change course in September, but this is the rough stretch. I'll say safe.
Safe. I say out. then we yell about it.
Yeah.
Rawr. Number 2.
Safe or out?
Just to update you, Jason, it's Braves, Phillies, Braves, Reds is their schedule.
Woof, woof,
Yeah.
woof, meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say. Number 2.
Luke Raley of the Tampa Bay Rays hit a 425-foot inside the park home run. We played that sound during leading off. And also, the wonderful Fernando Tatis Jr. stole home for San Diego. On both plays, there wasn't even a throw to the plate. So safe or out, a non-play at the plate on an inside-the-park home run is more impressive than stealing home.
That's a good question. I think it's stealing home without a throw.
I mean, both didn't have. I mean, to not like usually it's a throw at the plate. Say a reaction. They both made it all the way. One from third, one all the way around.
That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna say because
the video of Tatis was pretty cool.
Was
He's
really
just like
cool.
walking him down. I'm going.
I think it's that. I think it's stealing home without a throw.
Yeah.
Like, how often is that? Not that inside the parkers happen that often, much less without a throw. But
that was like a lucky pass, right?
that was
or unfortunate,
right?
How you look at it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the pitcher was just oblivious. That can happen, but for the catcher, third base, for someone not to yell, Tatis, I mean, got there easily. So I'm with you. I think it's Tatis.
By the way, set to talk about James Harden at 6:43. Let's do an audible here. Your guy is now in possession of this year's Kings schedule.
Oh my gosh!
Just happened.
Yeah.
Talk about that next. Talk about that.
Well, we got some schedule talk multiple times.
Okay. Or is it wait till 7?
Well, we can do whatever we want.
Got it. Got everything.
Yeah.
Got it all.
Okay.
Breaking news?
Breaking news. We know pretty much because we know pretty much most of the important stuff. But now we can,
list out all 82. Get a pen and paper.
Yes, we'll list them all.
Let's call an audible.
You want to call an audible? All right, we'll talk about James Harden next. Number 3.
Safe or out?
The Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati Reds, and Miami Marlins are all tied for the final wild card spot in the National League. Safe or out, it would be best for baseball if the Cincinnati Reds with Ellie De La Cruz got that spot.
Best for baseball. Depends on what you're talking about. Like best for ratings? No. You got Chicago and Miami.
It's not Miami.
I don't think so.
It's the Cubs.
Miami is fun.
Miami is... Yeah, they're fun. The Reds, Ellie De La Cruz. It would be really cool to see him in the playoffs. So the thing is that, I think the Marlins and the Reds have cooler specific players that would be a blast to see in the playoffs. Young studs. But the baseball is better when the Chicago Cubs are good, whether you love Chicago or not. It's better when the Cubs are good. It's more fun. It's more exciting. I'm gonna say Cubs.
Yeah, sorry, Reds and Marlins.
So out.
Yeah, I'm out too. It's Cubs. Better for baseball would be the Cubs.
You are out of here.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
out.
I'm just gonna go. You're out.
You're
gonna go
out.
with more emphasis. Is that how you say it?
Emphasis.
Yeah.
All right. So as we break, ask me a question you'd like to know about the schedule, somebody coming here or a road game, whatever. And then when we get back, we'll answer it from the break, and then we'll get into James Harden.
I would like to know, I'm going to be very specific.
Yes.
All 4 meetings with the Los Angeles Lakers.
All 4 meetings with the Los Angeles Lakers. We will have those for you as we are now in possession of the Sacramento Kings 23-24 schedule.
But it's not out yet.
But, honestly, that's what you get here. Home of the Kings. Okay. Sactown Sports. We'll do that next.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
I'm all for just football coaches getting weird. I think that was a big thing for a long time.
Fired. You get weird, and
that's
it doesn't
the problem.
Work. Bye-bye.
If it doesn't work, but if it does work, then you're like Sean McVay. You're a genius.
You're revolutionizing the game.
Exactly. And do it or die trying.
You're going to get fired eventually, one way or the other, I guess. So.
Everybody gets fired except for Bill Belichick and Mike Tomlin.
It's Whitey and Watkins from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Don't wait, the giant summer sale ends soon at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. We make buying a new Honda easy and stress-free. Pre-order online or in person today. We'll be there to help you every step of the way. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Enjoy the prime grilling season today with a new lifetime warranty Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My personal Napoleon P500 series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro. Napoleon Prestige grills, versatile grilling for every occasion. Form, function, and luxury can come in the same package. Just go to your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply for the best selection today, or visit Napoleon.com for a dealer near you.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your health is important, so keep yourself and your family covered with Medi-Cal. Medi-Cal renewals will be happening soon, so if you have Medi-Cal, make sure you don't miss any important renewal information. If you've moved in the last 3 years, check and update your mailing address, email address, and phone number. Learn more at keepmedicalcoverage.org. That's keepmedicalcoverage.org. Paid for by the California Department of Healthcare Services.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
There are plenty of reasons to love golf in Northern California. With giant redwoods lining the fairways, the best Alistair McKenzie course you've never played is Northwood Golf Club's 9-holer along the Russian River. The 7th hole at Pebble Beach is a beauty or a beast. Play a sandwich or a 3-iron depending on the direction of the wind. Down the road a bit, Pacific Grove Golf Course sports a gazillion-dollar ocean view and a green fee about 1/10 of Pebble Beach. San Francisco's Presidio Golf Course survived the 1906 earthquake and was home course to President Teddy Roosevelt. You can tee it up on the ocean at the links of Bodega Harbor at dawn and tap in at sunset in the mountains at Old Greenwood in Truckee. Unlike Caddyshack's Carl Spackler, a good superintendent goes unnoticed working behind the scenes. Green thumbs up. There's a lot to love about golf, and as columnist Thomas Boswell wrote, when you fall in love with golf, you seldom fall easy. It's obsession at first sight. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Okay. Well, we'll get to James Harden here in a second. We are now in possession of the schedule for your Sacramento Kings. We will share with you what we can while we get it. That sounds weird. Got it. And Jason, your question was the Lakers.
Yeah.
You want to know the games against the Lakers. Well, What a weekend it will be in Sacramento in October, as they will debut at home on ESPN versus the Golden State Warriors Friday night. We already knew that. 6 p.m. Sunday will be the first matchup versus the Lakers, also at Golden One Center.
Oh, game 3. Okay.
Game 3. So Utah, Golden State, and the Lakers, those are your October games with the Lakers and assumedly LeBron James and Anthony Davis and friends. They will be in town there. The next time they face the Lakers will be on the road November 15th. That is an ESPN game at the Lakers.
Okay.
And then I'm cruising through here, doing this on the fly. They face the Lakers again. I want to say both times. Yep, in March. At the Lakers, March 6th. And then March 11th, Golden One Center. Los Angeles Lakers, ESPN. So,
okay, 4
games versus the Lakers. One thing of note too, and we'll do what we can. You know, the official release will be with Whitey and Watkins at what is that, noon?
Yeah.
We'll do what we can to piecemeal this out. One thing I thought of note that I thought was actually kind of cool, the way the season finishes. They're going to have an East Coast road trip in April. Knicks, Boston.
Oh, that's rare.
Brooklyn. Then you got the NCAA championship on Monday. Then Oklahoma City. Then they come home and they finish on a 3-game homestand. The Pelicans on the 11th of April is a TNT game. The Phoenix Suns, that's a back-to-back. That'll be a Friday NBA TV. And then they finish 12:30 in the afternoon against Portland on the 14th of April.
You know what I wonder, because I know they had to have some schedule flexibility with the in-season tournament. In general, do you know if there's more? Like, they were trying to do their best to eliminate or have less back-to-backs, but you already said a couple of them, I heard in that. So I just wonder how many back-to-backs they have.
Yeah, we'll have to note through that and see if we can't get those specifics as far as back-to-backs, longest road trips, et cetera, et cetera. Let's get to Michael. Michael, welcome in. You're on with Dave and Jason. Good morning.
Welcome in, Dave and Jason. How you doing?
Good.
Good. My schedule question is, are there any Western Conference road games on Saturdays or on Sunday of holiday weekends, like Christmas weekend, New Year's weekend, or Martin Luther King weekend? Are there road games?
All right. Okay, let's... Western Conference road games on the weekends. Let's see. There is Houston, November 4th. There is Dallas. That would be January 27th. That's a Saturday. That is it when it comes to Western. No, excuse me. I apologize. Oklahoma City. We're back in February now. Oklahoma, because I was only looking at Saturdays. Oklahoma City, February 11th. That's a Sunday. The Clippers, that's on ESPN, by the way, February 25th. And Memphis on my mom's birthday, December 11th at 7 p.m., along with Dallas on November 19th. All of those are Sunday road Western Conference games. You asked about what? I don't see, there's nothing on Thanksgiving, although they are on the road for Thanksgiving. Unfortunately for them, they are on a 6-game road trip over the Thanksgiving break. They will be in New Orleans, not a bad place for Thanksgiving, on the 22nd. That's the day before Thanksgiving. Then Minneapolis on the 24th, the day after Thanksgiving. They will play at Portland the day after Christmas. They will be home for Christmas Eve. They'll leave for Portland on Christmas, so they'll get a chance to be with their families there. And then I forget, what was your other question, Michael?
Michael's not here.
Oh, Michael's not there. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, anyways,
There you
go. James Harden.
Yes.
Talked about China. Quote, every time I come here, the love is just like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So I feel like they deserve to actually see me come play here. Love is always crazy here.
Your theory may be coming true.
So I got an article coming out. I went down this giant rabbit hole yesterday, Jason. I couldn't let it go. And so I wrote a piece that'll be on Sactown Sports today, just basically linking to my evidence from articles in the past and just kind of expanding on what we talked about. Now, the main focus of my article was, could this all be a play to go to Houston? When Daryl Morey made his comments about Hong Kong and China. Amongst the $5 billion that the NBA reportedly makes every year with China, much, if not most of that was cut off, including all of the leftover Yao Ming sponsorships, whether it's the Bank of Pudong, Li-Ning Shoes, Gonzo. And I even went as deep as to look at Tillman Fertitta, the owner of the Rockets' finances. You may remember Fertitta made his riches off the restaurant business, Morton's, a lot of these high-end restaurants that he owned. And then he got in the world of SPACs, it's like special acquisition companies or whatever. It's a way people do now to basically roll in, put their money together, and go create these things to go buy things, including sports teams or pieces of sports teams. There was a PPO issue with Tillman Fertitta taking some of that loan money during COVID, which he apparently paid back, but he took out a number of loans to, I'm not going to bore you with it. Let's just say he came out richer on the other end of COVID than he was before, and Forbes does a great job breaking it down, and I included that data in there. But the thought is that much of that money very well could be coming from and invested in China. I do think there's a deep dive here. James Harden going there, and I am now fairly positive that James Harden, those comments about Daryl Morey were not only calculated as far as what he was saying, but more importantly, where he was saying it. He's got a wine deal over there, a shoe deal over there, God knows whatever. And in China, and again, not whether you agree or not, this isn't about it is about politics, but it's not about what we think. But in China, it is a very big deal what people think about Hong Kong. Right. The Chinese believe that Hong Kong is part of one China, the mainland. They took it over from England, I think in 2000. And there is the thought in Hong Kong, it's two country or one country, two systems. China wants to integrate Hong Kong and has been integrating Hong Kong into China, into Beijing. It's a big deal over there. So Daryl Morey is hated over there, something terrible. And for James Harden to go over there, especially a guy who knows Daryl Morey, who plays for Daryl Morey, and say that, he's now like a national hero. And I think that reflected a lot in his sales. So one thing, and this was kind of the line I drew, is that, well, could James Harden, who was rumored to want to go to Houston anyways not that long ago, could this all be a ploy for him to be able to go to Tillman Fertitta and say, hey, listen, give Daryl Morey whatever. I'm going to pay for myself fivefold in that contract by bringing all this Chinese advertising back, by the way, into a warm market. Houston is the most popular team in China because of Yao Ming. There are no Yao Mings right now. So you get a James Harden who's doing his best to ingratiate himself into the Chinese populace. So when you go down this list of breadcrumbs, is this to go to Houston? Maybe. Is this him wanting to, whether it's this year or in the future, play a year or two in China, make a ton of cash? Yeah, there's follow the dollar signs, but of course there's a lot more here, and it also makes the NBA very uncomfortable as well, because this is where they don't want to be. It's the only time in my research I think I've ever seen, some of you who are into politics may remember, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, a Republican, Beto O'Rourke, going at each other for the Senate seat there. They can't stand each other. They go at it. It couldn't be further different. They both agreed pretty much when it came to the lack of response or the milquetoast response that the NBA had with the China thing. Not only is the NBA making a ton of money out of China, but there are differentiating reports somewhere between $15 and $25 billion these owners like Mickey Arison with his cruise lines and Miami Heat have invested in China. They don't want to talk about this subject. And James Harden has just ripped a Band-Aid off the whole thing. You better believe Adam Silver, Daryl Morey, everyone's getting involved now, because that's how James Harden, I believe, in addition to maybe other things, this is how James Harden's going to make things uncomfortable.
Which is what he wants to do.
That's exactly what he wants to do. Trade me, give me what I want, or I'm going to become an absolute mouthpiece for NBA China relations. What Daryl Morey said, I'm going to bring all this back up again just when it's getting better for the NBA. You're not going to like it. You're going to lose a ton of money. There's billions of dollars at stake, and there's no recourse for me. I'm not breaking any rules. What are you going to do? Tell me to shut up? You going to tell James Harden that he being a United States citizen can't speak out on this stuff? Really? You going to do that? Have fun with that. So you either get an international crisis or you can trade me.
Right. Good luck.
James ain't stupid. I don't like him as a player. James ain't stupid. We'll take a break. When we come back, lots of national TV games. Kings fans get what they want for sure, and then some. We'll also take a look at some of these back-to-backs as well. We'll do that next.
Will Brandon Ayuk emerge as a star in the Bay this season?
Now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk.
Can Fred Warner lead the Niners defense to another deep playoff run?
And Fred Warner with the INT.
Pick City, baby! Will Brock Purdy hold on to his starting quarterback job?
Purdy going to drop back to pass, try to run forward and go to the end zone standing. Down and Purdy, baby.
Tune into Niners at 9 every day on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Thursday forecast starts out on a mild note. We'll have scattered clouds, breaks of sunshine, and temperatures this afternoon still trending hot. Plan for highs in the range of 100 to 104. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for all your favorite models at low prices and payments, plus low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe. Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day,
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-785-1155. That's 800-785-1155.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and, and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell.
2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Heart Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
Are you ready to cruise into the new school year in style? Look no further than Elk Grove Kia's back-to-school sales event happening right now. Rev up your engines because the 2023 Kia Forte LXS is calling your name. Zoom through town in this sleek ride for just $149 a month plus tax. Unbeatable style and affordability in one package. But wait, it gets even better. Feel the adrenaline rush with the 2024 Kia K5 GT line, the hottest sedan this side of the Pacific. Get behind the wheel for only $299 a month plus tax. Experience power, performance, and sophistication like never before. Don't miss out on the best selection we've had in over 3 years. Check us out at Elk Grove Kia or elkgrovekia.com.
2023 Forte 24-month lease of $149 plus tax with $41.30 required at signing, residual of $15,256 at $10K per year, 20 cents per mile over, 0 security deposit required, subject to Kia finance approval. GK 8921 expires 8/31/23. 2024 K5 24-month lease of $299 plus tax with $47.12 required at signing, residual of $21,782 at $10K per year, 20 cents per mile over, 0 security deposit required, subject to Kia finance approval. GK 8932 expires 8/31/23.
Elk Grove Kia.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The NBA schedule for all 30 teams will be released today at 12 o'clock noon, and we have some breaking news with the Sacramento Kings schedule. The Kings will open the 2023 season with these 3 games. Wednesday, October 25th at the Utah Jazz, Friday, October 27th against the Golden State Warriors, and Sunday, October 29th at Golden One Center against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Kings are expected to have 6 ESPN games, 5 TNT games, and 11 NBA TV games, a grand total of 22 national TV games. Stay tuned to SactownSports.com for more information and updates from Frankie Cardicelli. Those are your headlines. It is 7:02, which means it's time for you to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. Now let's return for hour number 2 of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, well, you wanted national TV games, you get a national TV game. You get a national TV. You get a national TV game. 11 NBA TV games for the Kings. Always said this before, like, look, it's a national TV game in the sense that on NBA TV all over the country, people are going to watch the Kings play somebody. Also, kind of not a national TV game because it's local announcers, could be ours, could be theirs. It's just not the same feel, which is maybe kind of lame towards that. Like, you're still getting NBA studio analysts.
Yeah.
Talk. So it's more of a national TV game than it isn't, but it just feels like there's a tiny asterisk there. Right. And reports initially surfaced from some people that you saw that they'd have 10, they'd have 11, and of those, there's NBA TV games. So you're like, oh, what are we getting? Like 3? No. 11 True Blue, ESPN, TNT games.
Potentially more.
Right, exactly, with the in-season tournament. And then, of course, we're not even counting playoffs.
Yeah.
If that were to happen.
Well, and if they have some, like the Kings had Kings scheduled as a national TV game last year, and that got switched out.
Yeah,
in a negative way, but you could get stuff added in, like if the Kings are even better, and maybe they're playing a team that, hey, we don't think that highly of, well, Utah, let's say, or something. Right. And then, like, hey, Utah's great. Let's add that Kings Jazz game late in the year or whatever.
You know, it's one of those things where the NBA has obviously responded. This is very, Jason, you'll know this. This is very 2000-y.
Yeah, but it was quick. Like that team took some time to develop, and then by 2002, they were great and fun and the greatest show in court, all that. But like it took a while to really get the national. I thought this was one great season.
And boom. Because it's not just the win-loss record with this team. This is an enjoyable team to watch, which is much like at the beginning of the millennium when you had the Weber Baby Christie days and Peja and all them and Vlade. It was also the style of play. And the Kings were the NBA darlings last year, the surprise 3 seed. Obviously, you know all that. So to see the NBA and really to see the networks, the networks are going, I want these, I want that.
Yes, we want a part of that.
Right, because Sacramento's not a huge market.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's just people love or very much think they have an enjoyable type of play style to watch. So you're going to get 11 and 11, 22 national TV games. That is over a quarter of the team's games are on national TV.
Yeah, and I wonder where it's going to rank amongst, the Lakers and the Warriors, and certainly Boston seems to get a ton. But, where's that going to be compared to like Denver, who won the championship, or Miami, or some of these? I don't know. It'd just be interesting to see where the Kings rank amongst those other teams in national TV games. But people here seem to really care and want the national TV. So it went from, hey, we feel like nobody pays. Look at us. So now like, attention. You're going to get it not exposed, but you're getting the exposure you so desperately wanted.
And why does that matter? Now, on the surface, there's local pride. There's, all the intangible stuff. But how does that matter from a X and O type of thing? Well, it does matter in a sense if you look at it like this. If the Kings ever want to be true blue free agent players, which they've never been true A-level free agent players. Hell, we'd settle for B-level at this point. Part of being on national TV, well, guess what? It's not just fans watching, it's other players watching. And you saw last year just kind of an awakening a little bit of imagine you're a really good player, whomever, and you're playing in some market that's whatever, fine, dandy, doing, team's fine, maybe the team's bad. And you go, you talk to your agent or maybe your NBA friends, you go, you know what? They're having fun over there. Everyone's buying in. I love
building's electric.
Building's great. You're a walking god when you're in Sacramento. Weather's great. Look, as much as we don't like during the NBA season, it's one of the better weather places in the entire NBA. Also, you got San Francisco, Napa, which is a big deal these days. Silicon Valley, that's a big deal money-wise. Tahoe, and you're an hour's flight from LA, and why does that matter? Because you got somebody coming over here. Agents love that because you are an hour flight to Portland and to Nike headquarters and Adidas headquarters. You're an hour flight down to LA where guys can have a day off and they can fly down at 9 a.m. They're there at 10:30. They're working, a 6-hour photo shoot. They're cutting a commercial for Progressive Auto Insurance, I don't know, whatever the hell, State Farm. And then you fly right back. You're in Sacramento. It's not LA proper, but it's as good as. Same thing with Phoenix. Same thing with Portland. They're all kind of in Oakland. San Francisco. This matters because it's free advertising for free agents.
Yeah.
And that's an important thing, not just now, but again, if this team wants to become a title contender, I can tell you almost without a doubt that they're not there right now. This is the process. But eventually, if they do get there, I always go to Aaron Gordon and the Nuggets. There's going to be one more trade or signing that brings a true blue starter/star to this town. This is going to do nothing but help.
Yeah, and I think, we've seen the alternative for years being the punching bag.
Yeah.
Of, the Kings did this again, and the Kangs, right? And just enough of what was the feature that they used to do with Rachel Nichols? As the Kings turn, like there would always be something that like let's play the music. Let's make fun of Sacramento because they just did this. What other organization would do this? And then they would play whatever happened. And it's like, oh, man, these guys, are they ever going to figure it out? Well, over the last year or so, and it's probably taken longer in the buildup, but in 1 year, they've really turned this around to become kind of that darling team, which is fun for us.
It is fun for us. And when you look at the national TV games, you look at we're looking at the schedule during the break, and this is just and I want to remind you, official schedule release at noon with Whitey and Watkins. We did get an advanced copy that we can kind of piecemeal out for you throughout the morning. Unofficially counted, and I'm the one who did the counting, so it's my math, which means I could be off, but I count 14 back-to-backs throughout the year. You know, Jason, though, when you look at it, they are, I don't know if spread out's the right way, but I would say they don't have their first back-to-back until the 19th of November at Dallas at Pelicans. Okay, they have two that month. The next one is home, the 28th and 29th of November. That's Warriors Clippers. So it looks like it's probably an average. They have two back-to-backs in December. They have a home and a road. They play the Nets on December 11th. Then they go to the Clippers and they play LA on the 12th. So if you're going to do a home and road, that's how you want to do it. January 2nd and 3rd at home, Charlotte and Orlando. Then on their road trip, 9th and 10th at Detroit, at Charlotte. Again, this is still in January. So there's two that month. February at Indiana, at Chicago, the 2nd and 3rd. The 11th, the TNT game at Phoenix, and then at Denver. Woof. Woof. And then they have a reverse. They have an away and a home. Clippers, January or February 25th, and then Miami. Clippers on ESPN, Miami on NBA TV. How about this? How about this week? Sunday on ESPN, February 25th, the Clippers. NBA TV on the 26th, the Heat. Take a day off. Finish out February on the 28th at Denver. At the defending champs. Yeah. Then they have a home and road in March, a home Milwaukee and the Lakers also in March, at Toronto, at Washington in March, Philly and Dallas. That's a back-to-back. So they have 1, 2, they have four back-to-backs in March, but as we reported yesterday, they have 11 home games in March. So that makes it a little bit easier. 2 more back-to-backs in the 2 weeks of season in April. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. Oh, let's talk Raiders over-unders. A big auction happened in the world of baseball and an anniversary of a very, very funny movie. Plus, we got Country in the Park tickets for you as well, so stay tuned. 3 for Madness coming up right after I talk about my good friends at Hoblet. Yeah, that's right. It is the Make This the summer. And we're not taking a break here. We're going straight through, everybody. So look, bathroom break, hold off. Just hold it. You can hold it. Well, you know what? I don't want to do that into a break. There's a Twitter story I wanted to share about that, but I'll do that. I'm not going to mess with our sponsors. Certainly not our sponsors at our good friends at Hoblet Dodge, making this the summer sales event. Up to $14,000 savings off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Limited, Laramie, and Longhorns. Up to $6,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 2500 Crew Cabs. And how about those Jeep Wrangler 4xEs? Oh, boy. Save up to nearly $16,000 off MSRP when you lease a new 2023 Jeep Wrangler 4xE. Those are the plug-in hybrids. These are unbeatable prices. Unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. That's a fact, Jack and Jill and everybody else. No dealer markup on the most popular Ram and Jeep models. You got other dealers that are marking everything up. Hoblet's still offering discounts. 0 dealer markup. The largest inventory of heavy-duty trucks in the state of California. JD Power customer first dealership since 2019. 2022 Ram truck number 1 in JD Power's initial quality study. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. At your no hassle, no pressure, ever dealership. Get over there to Woodland, 5 minutes from the airport. HobletDodge.com. You tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. 3 for Madness, brought to you by Firewing. Starts right now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, Jay Mars in the afternoons. That means Kyle Ledbetter joins us right now. Coming up next, 7:27, the full 82-game slate will be released today, but we have the schedule exclusively right here on Sactown Sports in our hot little hands. We will answer your questions. If you got those at 916-339-1140, you can text us right there. You can go on the YouTube chat as well, ask your questions there. We got it all for you. We got the sneak peek, so hey now. My boyfriend's back. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Kyle, 3 for question 1.
Hello. Question 1. If you guys had a bag of money.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Great.
And you have to place a bet on the Las Vegas Raiders over-under win total of 6.5. Are you going over or under?
Vegas is good, man. I mean,
not the Raiders.
Casinos.
Okay.
Not the football team.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think they are. I feel like they're going to get Jacobs. I feel like they're going to figure that out.
Yeah.
They got Max Crosby. They got Devontae Adams. I don't think this is going to be a playoff team. 6.5, because I'm thinking 7 and 10 is, Jimmy Garoppolo just wins. He wins everywhere he goes. I don't think he's going to win at an above 500 rate. I could see 7 wins. It's a tough one. I'll tell you this. If I had the bag of money, my first question would be, can I just not bet this because I don't know? But if you put a gun to my head, I'd probably say I'd take the over.
Yeah, I think they've done studies like more people generally like take overs. They want to be, they see a number and go, oh, they're going to do better than that. Me being optimistic, whatever. So Vegas is good. This is a good number. I always go to coaching. I always go to quarterback play, and I don't love that for them.
I don't love the coaching.
But then when you see like the football top 100 and you see Crosby in the top 20, Jacobs in the top 20, Devontae, they have good players. And then I think part of their other problem for the better part of the last 3 or 4 years has been the defense hasn't been very good. They out of camp, everything that's coming out of there is the improved defense. And yes, it was just one preseason game against the Niners, but I thought their defense, look, we spent most of the week talking about the Niners. The Raiders, number 2s and others that were playing were very good defensively.
Yeah.
So if they're better defensively, I also don't love the fact, Dave, that they get 2 with the Chiefs.
2 with the Chargers.
2 with the Chargers. I don't know if Denver's improved, but I don't know.
Well, let me throw this at you.
But I will take over.
Okay, so
all that being said,
using your fingers, at Broncos, that'll win?
Potentially.
Okay, at Bills?
I wouldn't think so.
Home Steelers?
Potentially.
I think they get 1 win out of those 3 games.
Okay, so we'll give them 1.
All right, at Chargers?
Probably not.
Probably not. Home Packers?
Yeah.
Okay, home Patriots? I'm going to give them that win.
Okay.
Okay.
I would say they go 1-1 in that too. Packers, Patriots.
At Bears?
Possible.
And
yeah.
Bears had 3 wins last year. Home Giants?
One of those 2.
All right. Home Jets?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. That one I have them losing. Then they got Chiefs, Vikings, Chargers, Chiefs, Colts, Broncos. I got them. It's like
it's right around that number. Yeah, but if I'm doing I'm going over.
Yeah, I'm with you. Oh gosh. Put that. Let's bring that back up. In January. All right, number 2.
Question 2.
So apparently a baseball bat from Babe Ruth in 1923 sold at auction for $1.3 million.
Yes.
If you purchased that, where would you display it?
First off, that's just not the one. I love auctions and I love reading about how much things are. $1.3 million when you had, I think, a couple locks of Abraham Lincoln's hair go for, I think it was high 5 figures a couple years ago. And to me, just on spec, I'd rather have the Lincoln hair than the Babe Ruth bat.
Wow.
I think that's a cooler collectible. It's a little tiny bit morbid, don't get me wrong, but also like, how do you know someday, can they clone Lincoln off of that right now? No, maybe not. But what if the science happens? You can have little Lincolns.
We really know that's his hair.
That was my thinking. There's no way.
It was verified by the by the guy that was there. They photo matched it.
Well, then that's okay.
fine.
The internet said it was true.
But, that's more, I believe that's more than somebody who just paid for like an original copy of the Constitution or right in there.
Well, that's the thing with any of the, whatever it is, not even the bat, like where
do you display it?
Because now I know if I'm going to your house, wow, here's the bat. You paid $1.3 million, so good for you. You have the money. But like, it feels like that should go, like the people that buy this probably have warehouses that they store this to show it off, as opposed to it's sitting on our mantelpiece. Like, I don't know where you would do that for, because you want to show it off, but you also know this, like someone's going to come in here and steal this.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to have security. Everything's insured, blah, blah, blah. But that aside, you're right.
Or do you just put it away, and then it's like, what's the point
I'm
of buying that?
100% displaying it, and it's heavily insured. And I'm putting it in my man cave / museum of collectible-y whatever.
Is that your hood ornament?
No, I'm not using it at that weekend. Yeah. I have a friend who's
arena softball.
Yeah, right, exactly. Just pop that right up there. I have a friend who has a bunch of money, and he's a huge Beatles guy. He's a big Beatles collector. Some of the stuff he has is like all 4 of them signed an original photo of the Abbey Road, just stuff that's worth God knows what. And he created, like, that's his little cave, and it's the Beatles theme and all that. And then underneath it, it's got like a little plaque for him. It's really cool. Point being, if you have enough money to spend $1.3 million on Babe Ruth's bat, you have enough money to have an awesome room in your mansion that has all this displayed. And when I have friends over, I'm like, oh yeah. And then, but
here's the bat. Here's the Lincoln hair. Let me talk about the Lincoln hair.
That's the funny part. Jason, screw everything else aside. When you have friends over, like, how do you present it? You're like, oh, you got to see this. This is really cool. This is Babe Ruth's bat. Or is it, oh, yeah, here's this, that, and a Babe Ruth. Do you try to, like,
here's a picture of the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 1923 Babe Ruth bat that I bought for $1.3 million. Here is my first grade artwork.
Yeah, there's Lincoln's hair.
So I just found the article on Lincoln's hair.
Yeah.
For $81,000, the person got a lock of his hair and apparently a telegram smeared with his blood.
Wait, what?
Right? You have pretty much all the things you need to clone Abraham Lincoln.
Where's the hat?
I'm telling you, that would be the number one. And, like, what's the grade? Well,
mint?
No.
A?
I don't think it's mint. I think the hat might have been damaged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Might have been.
But I think the hat would be, God, which would it be? Okay, Lincoln Collectibles, which is number one? His, like, full beard, right? Or his, the top hat?
The hat.
It's got to be the hat, right?
I don't want the beard.
You don't want the beard?
No.
What if it was put together, like, you just go, I'm Abraham Lincoln, and then put it back in the
What if you had his beard, Hardin's beard? You're just collecting beards.
Oh, my God. That is a great idea. Like, you get
it is?
No, check it out. You get
I'm with you, Kyle.
I'm always looking for, like, cool collectible ideas. Like, you get, like, these wax, like Madame Tussauds wax faces, right? And then
Raleigh fingers, mustache.
Yeah, you put on, and then you just stick on, like, so you've got, like, Lincoln, right? You've got Raleigh. What was the other one you said?
James Harden.
Hitler. Yeah, you have like the evil wing, Stalin, Saddam. You're just rolling through with famous, honest to God. Here you go, Whitey.
You are way too excited about this.
I really am, because now I'm thinking, what is your Mount facial hair more?
Oh, my goodness.
And that's a dangerous road to go down, but there's a lot of really famous facial hair.
And you want all of it.
I want it all, number 3.
And their blood.
Question 3.
Hard transition here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of Abraham Lincoln's blood, on this date in 2007, the movie Superbad was released. So what are your guys' favorite movies centered around high school teenagers?
Superbad's really good.
Superbad.
I was not told about that movie and went into it and really enjoyed it. Was not ready for that.
I don't know that anybody was.
Yeah.
It was like The Sixth Sense, but for comedy, where you just go, you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they did that. Whoa.
Okay. Okay, so there's a few. I really enjoyed Not Another Teen Movie.
Yes, you and I are like,
it's a great movie.
I just saw that for the first time.
It's just so
Did you like it?
Oh, it's great.
So I guess it kind of holds up, especially with Captain America and whipped cream, like years later.
That's
like,
the one thing I was like,
yeah. Well, okay.
I love that movie.
I love that movie too.
On basically 80s teen movies, and they did a great job with that.
But honestly, I'm sorry because well, you know what I'm going to say, and it's kind of it is a comedy, I guess, but you got to knock Breakfast Club off the list for me. Yeah, there you go, Breakfast Club. That's just the all time.
Yeah,
and part of me is
you like it better than Superbad, or is it just the nostalgia part of it, or not another teen movie?
I have no way. It's better. I like it more than that another teen movie.
Varsity Blues.
I don't know how much of it's nostalgia. I'm sure that works in there, but I also think Breakfast Club holds up.
Yeah,
I think because what I loved about Breakfast Club is it was funny, it was intense. There was a little bit of acting in there, especially with
serious parts.
But there was also a really interesting message beneath the whole thing that I think a lot of kids, and I saw that when I was younger than those kids. I think you identify with you.
Have your kids seen it? Because it's fine, right?
For the most, there's a scene where they're all smoking the weed that might be objectionable. I think they have seen it actually, but they might need to see it again because I think they were 4. I'm just kidding.
The funny thing is, I saw this movie when I was 13.
Yeah, same. I was,
or maybe even younger.
I look at the stuff I look at with my kids to like, I don't watch that, and then I'm like, where were my parents?
Yeah.
I watched everything. I watched the whole thing. I watched it all.
They were smoking weed.
I was watching Naked Gun 2.5 with my son last night.
So
you know what my favorite thing ever is? Him, my son, the Magoo, guffawing just in the sequel when they're at the presidential dinner and he just forearms Barbara Bush and Mason's just crying, and that makes me laugh so hard because he's into it. I'm so happy that the stupid gene from me passed through to him where we both just like dumb things.
That like slapstick, they throw 10 things out and like the 7th one is the funniest thing.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Was Abram Zucker, the airplane guys. You let me watch whatever they. I mean,
I think I just saw 33rd to 3rd. I don't know which one it was.
33 to 3rd.
One of them recently, and what got me, there's the big cop that you don't even see because half his body's out of the screen, and he's eating a banana. He's like, you got something on your face, and he like wipes, and like a whole banana comes off. And like, come on, so stupid, but I laughed.
Have you ever watched Kentucky Fried Movie?
Yes.
You know that's on Amazon for free now, right?
Fish for dinner last night.
Well, anyways,
that's been a long time. Does that one hold up? I haven't seen that.
That was the
like 20
first
years.
I don't think it holds up. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, that's the first dirty movie I ever saw.
Yeah,
was Kentucky Fried Movie. That was the one where like I was watching with my friends, like we were afraid the police were going to come in. And back in the day, I wish it wasn't the case. How much would we have paid to have some fire wings to go with that?
That's the perfect movie to.
It's an absolute perfect movie.
Do it tonight.
Fire wings, and there are 21 different flavors to choose from. I guarantee we're going to get people texting in different. Trust me, we remember all of the skits and segments. We're choosing not to name them all.
But you can.
Did you ever see Kung Pao Enter the Fist? Remember that one?
Yes.
That was the stupidest movie I've ever seen.
I did see that one one time. And I don't know.
That was on Ernest level.
But some people like think that's really funny. Like that one didn't do it for me.
It's like a cult favorite. And I remember I'm like, but there was this whole slapstick phase. Bring back slapstick.
Yes.
And bring back breaded Malaysian curry. Wait, you don't have to bring it back. It's not going anywhere. It's right there for you right now. Right meow. Locally owned and operated Fire Wings. 21 different flavors, as I said. So there's a flavor for everybody. Or a couple. Plus you have the garlic noodles, fries, seasoned fries, the tots, the Nashville chicken sandwich, and so much more. It's a local business supported, but at the same time, they're awesome. Those wings soaked in buttermilk all night long. That's why they're so tender and so juicy. Just like Jason. Go to firewings.com. Find the location near you. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Fire Wings. Just wing it. When we come back, the full 82-game schedule will be released at noon. But you don't have to wait that long. You picked the right place to be. We have it exclusively right here on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Thursday forecast starts out on a mild note. We'll have scattered clouds, breaks of sunshine, and temperatures this afternoon still trending hot. Plan for highs in the range of 100 to 104. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $79. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Enjoy the prime grilling season today with a new lifetime warranty Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My personal Napoleon P500 series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro. Napoleon Prestige grills, versatile grilling for every occasion. Form, function, and luxury can come in the same package. Just go to your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply for the best selection today or visit Napoleon.com for a dealer near you.
Whether you're shopping for your favorite Honda online or in person, you'll see why Stockton Honda is the #1 Honda dealer in Northern California and why buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Visit in person or online at StocktonHonda.com, where your favorite Honda is ready for you.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The NBA schedule for all 30 teams will be released at 12 o'clock noon today. We've got a little bit of news already coming in about the Sacramento Kings schedule. Here's what the opening to the season will look like. Wednesday, October 25th, they play at the Utah Jazz. Then their home opener is Friday, October 27th against the Golden State Warriors. And then the Kings play Sunday, October 29th at home against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Kings are expected to have 6 ESPN games, 5 TNT games, and 11 NBA TV games, a grand total of 22 national television games compared to 5 from last season. Stay tuned to SactownSports.com for more information and updates from Frankie Cardicelli. Those are your headlines. Let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Well, we know you love your sports. Let's do some country. You know what we should have done? We should have had somebody from Pat and Tom come down and do this. Just bust in, do
somebody from Pat, Tom, and Cody, and not Tom.
And not Pat. Oh, yeah.
Do we want to wait until next segment to do it?
Yeah, look outside and see if their door is open or closed. If it's closed, we've lost them for the day. But if it's still open, then maybe we have a chance. Maybe we have a shot. Who knows?
It's open, but the on-air sign is on.
No, that part's fine. We don't need them right now. Yeah, we'll hold off. Hold off on your calls, and we'll see if we can't nominate one of them to come down and just do a nice read for you. The full 82-game slate is going to be released today. The Kings roadmap this season. Remember, they started 0-4. Now, the schedule will be released.
It was doom and gloom.
It was doom and gloom.
Yeah.
It really was doom and gloom.
It was.
You know what would be really interesting / embarrassing? would be to like go back to like all the message boards, Twitter,
Our show.
Our show.
Yeah.
Well, I do know, I don't remember everything, but I remember after the fourth loss, I do remember I said, guys, hold off. I think we're going to be a 3 seed this year. Pretty sure.
I think we have the tape.
I think we said that. That aside, it was.
They got it right pretty quickly because they were above 500 by 7-6.
Yes,
so, I mean,
they were.
Redirected it and then never looked back and never got below 500. And honestly, their only 4-game losing streak was the first 4.
Well, when you look at how they start out, it's at Utah. That's not a gimme. And then Warriors and Lakers, both at home. 2-1, we're taking it for sure.
You take that.
Yeah. But 1 and 2's on the table there.
Yeah.
They start out November with a 3-game road trip. And one of those is a Houston, but it's not back to back. They go So they start out with the Warriors as their home game on Friday. Then they turn around the following Wednesday, the 1st of November, and they're at Golden State.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
And they have a cup game in November with Gold. So they have 3 early matchups with the Warriors.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. So they've got, let me see here. Hold on. They've got Golden State. You said they have, they do that home game with Golden State. You're right. The Kings will play Golden State 3 times in under the first month, between October 27th and then November 28th. So, yeah, pretty much exactly a month. They play 3 of their 4 games versus Golden State. As far as road games go, they've got, what is this here? 6, 7, 8, 9 road games in November versus 5 home games. They start out November at Golden State, at Houston. Then they come home for Portland, Oklahoma City, and Cleveland.
So you said that at Houston. So I know the last couple of years they try to do that potting thing if they can.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So they have that over 3 days?
They have that
over a day and the day off in a game?
Yeah, they have Golden State Wednesday, the 1st of November. Then they have 2 off days. Then they play in Houston Saturday, off Sunday, in Houston Monday.
I wonder how they like that. Didn't Kevin Herter, when we talked to him last year, he said, it felt like we've been in Minnesota for a week or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they arrived there early.
The day before.
And
played it. And because usually the routine is maybe you even get out the night you play the game. So if you're getting in the city the day before the game, have the game, stay there, it's rare to be in the same hotel more than 2 nights, and they might be there 3 to 4 nights.
That's exactly right. And in this case, I think at least for that one in particular, I got to believe they're playing in San Francisco versus Golden State. They're coming back. So they'll be back Wednesday night, probably home with their families Thursday, and then fly out to Houston. I can't imagine them going straight from the Golden State game to Houston. The in-season tournament quarterfinals and all of that stuff, that's going to be the week of, so this is interesting, the week of the 3rd of December through the 10th of December is an interesting situation because on the 3rd, there's no games that Sunday. Then you have in-season tournament quarterfinals on the 4th and 5th. And then I don't really understand this yet, but they've got the 6th and 8th pegged for regular season.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew I don't, you have the schedule. I don't know. I believe when this was discussed last year, the broadcast meetings, I think the schedule that came out or is going to come out at noon has 80 games.
Gotcha. And then they rotate those through depending on.
Well, let's say the Kings don't fare well in the Cup.
Right.
So if there truly is 80 games, some teams are going on to play more games. Not that many, but a few will. I think there's 2 games to be made up for everybody, and I think that's where the opening is. Now, that I have no idea how they schedule that.
None at all.
Because I'm guessing it's a home and road, but you're not going to put the Kings in like at the Wizards and then home for – it's probably they left it Western Conference based, right? So maybe you're light on maybe you have another game with Portland still on potentially on the schedule and another game with Denver, let's say. And I don't know how that's going to be done.
I don't either.
It's a little complicated.
The championship game 9th of December.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting. That whole week will be, it's going to be interesting because
they don't get a week off.
Yeah.
Like they'll be playing regular season games while others are, but they're in the Cup.
It sounds like it might be though, depending on how you do it, might be 2 games that week.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday and on a Friday, but that will be a tournament championship week, if you will, that first full week of December. One game I've been looking for actually, which as we scroll through here that I think folks might be interested in. And of course, I can't find it. And this is super rad radio right now. Awesome radio for you. Thank you. Well, hold on a second.
Orlando Magic game, right?
No. Oh my gosh. Is this right? Sorry, guys. Hold on. This can't be right. I don't want to say this. Home. Nope. Oh, okay. I could not find Indiana at home at all. And I'm thinking there's no way they're not. Tyrese Halliburton will return to Golden One Center on the 18th of January as a 7 p.m. game. That's an interesting stretch too, Jason, because they play Phoenix. They wrap up a 5-game road trip on January 16th against Phoenix. They go Detroit, Charlotte, Philly, Milwaukee, Phoenix all on the road. Then they're off the 17th. They then play Indiana on the 18th at home, and they're off the 19th, the 20th, the 21st.
Wow.
They play Atlanta on the 22nd at home, and then they're off the 23rd and the 24th.
Wow.
That's
rare.
That's a very rare when you look at it. That's what, 3-4. That's 6 out of 8 days they're off, and it's not.
And they're at home.
Yeah, and they're at home too. So that's good for them.
Yeah.
Then they go off on another road trip. I'm trying to see here as we're just kind of going down the schedule with y'all. I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 7-game road trip that saddles January and February. I believe that is their longest trip of the year.
You had said one earlier. I remember you said something about a 6.
There's a 6-gamer in November. Lakers on ESPN, San Antonio on ESPN, and then at Dallas, New Orleans back-to-back. Then back. No, they'll stay in New Orleans. Okay, so it's another one of those like in Houston where they play New Orleans on the road, break, play them again the following day. Thanksgiving, and then at Minnesota, which brings up, I think, an interesting question. Here's my type of scheduling questions. You're at New Orleans November 20th. You're off. Then you're playing your second game in New Orleans on the 22nd, which is Thanksgiving Eve. You're off Thanksgiving, and then you play the day after Thanksgiving at Minnesota. Now, you don't ever travel same day. But do you perhaps travel Thanksgiving evening since you're on a charter jet so you can have Thanksgiving in New Orleans? Which, let's be honest, you want Thanksgiving in New Orleans or do you want Thanksgiving in Minneapolis?
New Orleans, please.
Yeah, I think so. Do you want one of the great culinary cities of the United States, or do you want to have lutefisk and some other weird garbage they have in Minneapolis?
I think what did we learn last year from Herder too? Sometimes there's like the player, I don't know, council leadership group that tries to talk coach into certain things.
Yeah.
Or sometimes coach might go, yeah, I don't like what we're doing here. We're moving on to this. It just depends on the flow of the season because that thing can change sometimes. Wasn't it? They were trying to talk coach into getting them somewhere early, maybe to go to the Super Bowl or the national championship.
Yeah, it was a Super Bowl, wasn't it?
They were going to be going to this.
Familiar.
Yeah, but didn't quite make it happen.
100%.
Yeah.
Taking New Orleans.
Yeah, me too.
Cajun turkey.
Aye.
Gumbo.
Yes.
Jambalaya.
Please.
Maybe it's not a traditional Thanksgiving dish. I don't care.
It is for
What's
me.
the one that you made with the green gumbo I've always wanted to try?
Gumbo Zerb.
Zerb.
Yeah.
I want gumbo Zerb.
Or Zerb.
Zerb.
It is.
It's a French. It's like Z apostrophe, right? Z apostrophe herbs.
Yeah.
Herbis.
Yeah.
We'll take a break when we come back. The Kings are better. Are we about to see the first year of a true blue bandwagon wave when it comes to this team? And does that bother you at all? We'll get to that next.
Need the latest on your Kings?
And Nerlens, in all fairness, I mean, he can protect the basket. Very unselfish player.
Looking for the freshest scoop on the Niners?
Trey Lance not being on the roster is an option for them. Why else would they have 4 quarterbacks around? But I don't think it's the most likely.
Want to find out the latest on the MLB playoff race?
I think Bailey has kind of been the glue to put this all together because you got to have an elite catcher to make a run at a late playoff push.
For all that and more, check out SactownSports.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, the youth movement continues with the call-up of outfielder Lawrence Butler, who was drafted out of high school by the A's back in 2018. He shot through the minor league system this year, beginning in Double-A, advancing to Triple-A, where he batted a combined .284 with 15 home runs. His big league debut came on the 11th of August in Washington, and after going hitless in that game, he had hits in each of his next 3 starts. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
Did you know the average person walks 100,000 miles in their lifetime? It's true. That's a whole lot of stress, strain, and pressure ultimately put on 2 feet. Hi, DC Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. As a spokesperson for Good Feet, I run into all sorts of surprising foot-related facts. Like, despite relatively few Americans being born with foot issues, over time, 75% of all adults will experience painful foot or foot-related problems. By supporting all 4 arches of the foot, the Good Feet 3-step arch support system can help return your foot and whole body to its proper alignment. Come to the Good Feet store for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Don't wait, the giant summer sale ends soon at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. We make buying a new Honda easy and stress-free. Pre-order online or in person today. We'll be there to help you every step of the way. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Ready for a sizzling football season? Take your game day parties to the next level with Napoleon Prestige Grills from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. Fire up the grill and score big with mouth-watering burgers, juicy steaks, and finger-licking wings. Napoleon Prestige Grills bring the heat and come complete with a lifetime warranty. Get your ultimate game day companion today. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and elevate your tailgate experience with Napoleon Prestige Grills. Green Acres Nursery and Supply, your one-stop shop for grilling greatness this football season. Visit idiggreenacres.com for the store near you. Game on.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. The 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Hard Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
3 sheets, just me and the guys. Every single Saturday night I was killing time, crushing cans, trying not.
Kyle, poke your head out the glass, would you, and see if they're still on the air. They were, our KNCI friends were on the air right before we came back. Want to get these Country in the Park tickets out, but thought we'd give them the opportunity to, look, just like when we're doing our shows.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity to. We go over there and we read our tickets. They are. Go see if Cody will come down here or Tom or whoever, but in that order. Or Pat or whoever. I don't know. What are we doing here? The Kings are good. And we hope they will get even better this year, Jason.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Yeah. When this schedule comes out today, one of my thoughts for Kings fans, I think if you've been there, you're a regular, however you consume the game on radio, on TV, go to the game. This is the kind of thing that like the organization wants, right? To be good, to get exciting, to get people see them on national TV. I wonder if it'll have an impact. Will people go to more games?
Here we go. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow. Look at this.
All of them.
They're all here. Because I'm trying to, thank you. I'm trying to do the thing here. I have some microphones. I have no headphones, but you don't need them. Guys.
They know how to do radio.
Yeah, they know how to do radio. It's Pat, Tom, and Cody all down here.
The whole gang.
The whole gang. And
Are you guys live?
we are live. Wait, say that again.
Are you live?
We are live. We're live and local. 6A to 6P, Pat. And the Marconi Award nominated Pat, Tom, and Cody show. By the way, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's just fantastic. If you don't know what the Marconi Award is, there's a street in kind of Carmichael, Sacramento.
He truly is stream of consciousness. How do you keep him on track?
I don't know where I am either.
It's an ADD thing.
It's fun.
Look, we know you all love your sports, but when you want some country, you can go right down to our friends at 105.1 KNCI. And Tom, you guys have a wonderful event that goes on each and every year. It's Country in the Park. And this is Country in the Park 2. I don't mean Country in the Park as well. I mean Country in the Park, the number 2, because as I understand it, the shows are so popular, the demand is through the roof, and they want more.
Company needs money, Dave.
We need to get paid.
Yes.
So we've got some tickets to give away. And Tom, do you need your glasses?
No, I don't need my glasses.
I'm asking. I'm trying to be nice. Or Cody or whoever, if you wouldn't mind doing the thingy.
Hey, everybody, end summer right with country music and good company. CITP2
Wait, who wrote this?
is back, so get ready to enjoy live performances from Cole Swindle, Chris Jensen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, Cashy Aston, and Dalton Dover and his brother Ben.
It's Dover, I believe. That's
and
probably.
Cody, you can read the rest.
All right.
Yeah, Cody's the one. Cody's the one the audience is waiting for, anyways.
It's true. Let's be real here.
They love Cody.
Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a nice ring to it. Right now, we're looking for caller.
You pick it.
Oh, caller 10.
Yes.
To win those tickets to Country in the Park 2, only September 9th at Heart Health Park.
That's so professional. Pat,
Only September 9th.
I don't want to leave you out on that. I have a question for you. Babe Ruth's bat just went for $1.3 million. We were asking a question earlier. Where in your house do you display it?
I have to ask first.
Yeah. Then once you've got permission. It's the bathroom, isn't it? That's what I picked.
No.
Okay. I didn't know. I thought maybe that was a thing.
No, I'm not going to display it because somebody will take it.
So why buy it? That's what he said. Why buy it?
You have the money to buy it. Where do you put that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Tom?
Keeping it under my bed to beat any intruders who happen to come in.
Okay. Well, you guys have your big segment coming up at 8:05, which is in 14 minutes.
In other words, we got to go.
But think about this. We were doing a mount facial hair more because President Lincoln's facial hair was also on auction.
My God, you are all over the place.
Yeah, think about that during the
You're
break.
like a mosquito just flitting about a room.
You know what? Number one, Abraham Lincoln. Then after that, it gets to some pretty evil people.
Now I know why Jason looks the way he does every morning
He
at
had
10 o'clock.
He had a full head of hair when we first started
did.
working together.
Last week.
Thank you both, all three of
Give
you.
you a hug, Jason.
Marconi Award-winning Pat, Tom, and Cody show.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Jason.
We didn't win yet, but
See you guys later. More soccer now on 11:40.
Thank you. You're gonna win, by the way.
Yes.
Either that or it's
We stuffed the ballot box.
yeah, or it's rigged. That's what I say. False electors. Bye, everybody. Thank you. There you go.
That was nice. They all came down.
They all came down, and look
Yeah.
at the phone lines.
See?
They're filled with Country in the Park wanters.
Yes.
Needers.
I don't know that Tom read that probably.
I don't think Tom read
Cody
that.
did.
Well, Cody's a professional.
Yeah.
Tom is. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Tom's best days are behind him, but we love him anyways. All right, so bandwagoners.
Yes.
This is always an interesting one with the Kings. Kings are better. You're going to get a whole new slate of fans. This happened in the early 2000s for us old heads. We remember this whole thing. It's fun to watch history repeat itself.
But don't you want to go to more games too? I mean,
do.
you watch them all. You
Yeah,
listen to whatever.
Yeah.
But like, hey, that game sounds fun, or I want to be a part of that.
Right.
I think that's natural.
Yes.
Higher ticket demand.
Higher ticket price.
True.
And see, here's where it gets interesting.
More gear. Do you want to get more jerseys?
Definitely
Do you want to get more hats.
Want all of that. I am a huge believer in. I hate fan gatekeepers. I hate them in all sports. I got this a lot with mixed martial arts, where it was really kind of a cult following for a long time, and then when the UFC and Pride and everybody broke, you had a lot of diehards that were there since the early 90s going, hey,
yeah,
noob, don't even know what you're talking. And I always thought, you want to grow the game. You want to grow the sport. Shut up. Like Russell on the chat line. Huge soccer guy, but he is your typical gatekeeper. You bring something up, he's like, no.
Yeah.
And then nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be a fan of this team since they got here.
Right.
But I don't even think the only gatekeeping I would do is if you are a brand new fan, or let's pretend all brand new fans were at the first game this year.
Yes.
I want them to be loud. So if they are following kind of what the fan tradition here is make some noise, the right time, support, cheer.
Yes.
But it was like, hey, this is all new fan. This building isn't very loud. It hasn't been a problem. I don't think it'll be a problem. That would be my only thing. But I don't think there's enough people that have been regulars that kind of get it going. And then the new people get all involved and let's go. Let's have some fun.
I don't have season ticket information from the Kings, but it would be interesting to find out. I believe I think, please don't quote me.
I don't know.
You don't know? I thought they were sold out.
Well, that's what. Oh, I thought you said I believe there are season tickets available. I didn't know that.
No, I thought they were sold out. That's okay.
I can tell you as a season ticket holder, there's always a chance to quote unquote upgrade or move around. The last couple of years, it's been a lot easier to move seat locations.
Sure.
This year's like, whoa.
Yeah, good luck.
There weren't as many options.
So I don't have pricing info as far as how big of a jump there was, but I
would say a jump.
Okay.
I could speak for it wasn't crazy.
So you worry about this. This happened in Oakland and San Francisco.
Yeah.
You got a lot of the diehard loudest fans got priced into the upper bowl or they got priced out completely. I don't think that's going to happen here, and I don't think it would happen this soon.
Right.
But you are going to get people that are going to complain, and I get it. Like, hey, I went to games for years when we sucked, and now I can't get in for under hundreds of dollars.
Well, there was concern about that for the postseason. This is going to be, that to me, game one stunner was the amount of Kings fans, because I was with you. I'm like, man, there's going to probably be 50% Warrior fans in there.
Yeah.
This game is going to be, and it was 98% to 2 in game one, which I was blown away by.
I was too.
It was fantastic.
And I think you're also, as we take a break, Jason, I think you're also going to see a phenomenon that we saw a little bit last year. You're going to see a lot more of it this year. Get ready to be watching road games and hearing even louder Light the Beam chants. Kings fans will begin traveling even better. And not only that, you're going to have a lot of locally based in other markets Kings fans and say, you know what, I like that team.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with them.
Right.
And the fact is, you can tell because how many of the teams have a chant that is instantly recognizable, like Light the Beam.
Yep.
We'll take a break. When we get back, we continue in the South, AFC, NFC South. We're going to go to Florida, and we're going to New Orleans, Jason, our favorite place. We're going to talk about the Jags and then the Saints. We'll do it all next.
The Kings preseason schedule is out, and Sactown Sports has you covered. Preseason stuffs include Vancouver, Anaheim, San Francisco, and Sacramento, with matchups against the Raptors, Lakers, Warriors, and Jazz.
Monk in attack mode, drives inside, right to the rim. Well, that's the dagger right there. I think the Warriors fans sensed that with that breakdown, the Warriors look like a defeated ball club.
Catch all the action on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Thursday forecast starts out on a mild note. We'll have scattered clouds, breaks of sunshine, and temperatures this afternoon still trending hot. Plan for highs in the range of 100 to 104. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chryslers make this the summer sales events going on right now, but why drive all the way to Hoblet, Chad?
Because if you go somewhere else, you're paying too much. No one beats Hoblet when it comes to price and service. Right now, you can save nearly $16,000 off MSRP when you lease a new 2023 Jeep Wrangler 4xe. There are so many to choose from and even more lease options. If you need a Jeep that will get you where you need to go and save you money on gas, this is the Jeep for you.
You have any of those Jeep Gladiator trucks, Chad? My buddy loves his.
Yes, we do. And you can save up to $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2023 Jeep Gladiator, with prices starting at $2,000 below employee pricing on certain models. Plus, no one beats Hoblet's service and overall selection.
Stop by Hoblet Dodge in Woodland today for a test drive or see their entire inventory online at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$15,900 total net savings for lease option only after $12,250 factory rebates and $36.50 dealer discounts. Rebates include $7,500 federal tax credit. Consult your tax professional for details. Lease offer subject to approval through Stellantis. $7,500 total net savings on 2023 Jeep Gladiators in stock after $7,500 dealer discount. At least $2,000 below factory employee price. 5 each net savings to dealer for details.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. Hey, small business owner, when's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But some don't check their rate often. Did you know rates can vary? In fact, taking 3 minutes to check your rate with Pi Insurance could save you up to 30%. Just go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for you with no hassle or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could save you money. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life and your choices with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age, but there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Whether you're shopping for your favorite Honda online or in person, you'll see why Stockton Honda is the #1 Honda dealer in Northern California, and why buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Visit in person or online at StocktonHonda.com, where your favorite Honda is ready for you.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The NBA schedule for all 30 teams will be released today at 12 o'clock noon. News has already started coming in about what the Sacramento Kings schedule will look like. Here's how the Kings are opening the 2023 season. Wednesday, October 25th is the debut at the Utah Jazz. Home opener Friday, October 27th against the Golden State Warriors. And then Sunday, October 29th will be at Golden One Center against the Los Angeles Lakers. Tyrese Halliburton is scheduled to return to Sacramento for the first time on January 18th, 2024. The Kings are expected to have 6 ESPN games, 5 TNT games, and 11 NBA TV games. A grand total of 22 national TV games compared to 5 from last season. Stay tuned to SactownSports.com for more information and updates from Frankie Cardicelli. Those are your headlines. It is 8:02 a.m., which means it's time for you to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. Now let's return to hour number 3 of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Welcome back.
You don't call it that?
I don't call it that.
Okay.
Hey, hour 3. Hour 3. By the way, we should be talking to Sam Amick right now. I'm being informed by Sam, and I know he's right because we talked about that last night too, off air.
Oh, like this was our last one? I didn't know.
No, I think we're just going. I'm confused because we had him on last week.
I thought it was a makeup. I thought, well,
we were done. We can, you know,
we can do it another time.
We can do it another time. I mean, Sam's waiting.
Yeah.
I know. What do we do here? Do we talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars? Or do we talk to Sam? Let me ask you this. What if we talk to Sam? Just to be polite. And plus we want to talk to Sam.
Yeah.
And then we go double Jags and Saints.
Or just push the other stuff. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I can is Kyle? No, Kyle's not doing something. Should I try this on the air? Let me see. This is good radio. And I apologize. Let me see.
I don't think you're gonna do it right.
Yes, I am.
I hope he does it right.
1-800-SAM.
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, do I have it?
Yeah, but is he going to answer?
Oh, and don't swear.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, you're on the air. Sorry, I dialed you personally, Sam. Hi, good morning. How are you?
Hi, Sam.
I'm doing great, guys. How are you this morning?
Listen, this really is nobody's fault because honestly, we hadn't talked in a week, so I completely forgot we were speaking this morning. So we were going to preview the Jacksonville Jaguars, but we'd rather talk to you. And it's not like you and I didn't talk like literally 7 hours ago on the phone about this.
I don't know. The Jaguars' appetite in this market is pretty thirsty.
It is. You want to break them down for us?
Yeah, you want to break down the Jags defense?
Yeah,
what are you hearing?
Sharp teeth. They are a predator.
He's doing a Jaguar. Sam, you're a Niner fan, right? Being from Pleasanton, are you not?
I am. It's funny. Yes, I am. The media guy means like I'm not a fan of anything. Yeah, I love the Niners.
Well, hold on a second. Wait, no, I hear you.
Yeah,
but
you can be a fan.
Yeah, you can. Like, you cover basketball. You're not covering. Like, I could understand if you were like a columnist about everything, but you're an NBA guy. So is that really a possible ethical violation for a journalist, capital J?
No. That's me keeping my options open. When I was younger, not to get off on a tangent, like I was the backup beat writer for the Giants and A's for the B, and it was like when I was a kid, as you know, because we're fellow Will Clark fans, like you couldn't find a bigger Giants fan. So that like I still have that programming from my younger years where it's like don't admit what teams you like because somebody might not want to let you cover that team. They'll think you're biased, but you know I think it's safe to say after 20 years that my future is not in NFL reporting.
Did you? Let me see. I'm trying to do the math here. Were you backing up Nick Peters?
The great Nick Peters.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. He was.
Are we like, what's our time? You want a quick fun story?
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's the off season. We can go down rabbit holes.
Yes.
So I'm like this, you know, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed reporter in the Giants locker room. You know, Pac-Bell had just opened up, and I'm trying to get my feet wet. Nick wants a day off. They give me the honor of backing him up. I'm in the locker room. All the regular beat writers are doing, you know, kind of their thing, hanging in the corner because Barry Bonds doesn't make the most inviting locker room environment.
Yeah, right.
And this is the time when my current life at the time mixed with my future life. So Barry's sitting in the corner and he's in his famous recliner. And I finally get the gumption to say, all right, if I'm going to be around this dude, I got to at least say hello. And I walk about 30 feet. It felt like 100 yards to go say hello to Barry Bonds because there was nobody around him. It felt like, you know, he was on an island and he's intimidating. And I go say hello to Barry. He's in his chair and he's watching a television program on the TV in his locker. These, of course, are perks that his teammates did not have in their lockers. And to the Nick Peters point, you know, I was smart enough to know, like, listen, Barry loves Nick. You know, Nick covered, and if any of the listeners don't know, Nick was a legendary baseball writer.
Legend.
The press box in the Giants Stadium to this day is named after him. Yeah. Covered the Giants for different publications for half a century, which is unbelievable. So he had covered Bobby Bonds before Barry Bonds. So I name dropped Nick. Said, Barry, how you doing? I know you're real friendly with Nick Peters. You know, I'm backing him up today. And that actually landed. That worked pretty well. He was friendly. He said, oh, nice to meet you. Well, then I get greedy. I'm like, oh man, we're good. I'm gonna hang out with Barry. And so I'm standing next to his chair, and now I'm looking for like the next conversation topic. And I look on the TV, and there's a young dude in a slam dunk contest in the McDonald's event by the name of LeBron James. And Barry's watching LeBron. And so I decided, all right, that's the direction I'm going to go. I'm like, man, you believe this LeBron kid? He's something else, huh? And sure enough, I'm sitting there waiting for Barry's response, and it's like 5 seconds and 10 seconds, and it's crickets. And I'm like, okay, cool. Really, really good to meet you, Barry.
And that's it.
And I shrunk back to the rest of the reporters.
Did you? Were you able to write about that interaction?
No, I never did. I've told the story a bunch of times, but I've never written about it.
I'm thinking, did you ever tell LeBron that story?
That's a great point.
No, that's a funny idea, Jason. Yeah, I like that. I've never told him that.
You should tell him that. LeBron knows who Barry is.
I tell him that Barry was so not impressed with you, LeBron, that like he didn't even want to talk.
Now Barry's doing a local barbecue commercials.
Oh, that's right. I have seen that.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah. So, Sam, while we do have, and thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
today,
thanks, Sam.
We know this
appreciate
has kind of been
nice of you.
Story time.
Story time. Yeah. I do want to ask you about the in-season tournament. Dave and I have been talking about it, I'm a little bit more intrigued and potentially excited, but I don't know. What's your general feel that the league feels about the upcoming in-season tournament? The league around the league.
I don't have a great sense of it. You know, we're not in those spaces right now to get the chatter as easily. It's funny because we end up talking on this show in our visits often about the industry. So if I'm being honest, my first reaction is that within the media industry and the hardcore NBA writer world, there's a little bit of there's no negativity towards, not a ton of negativity. But it's a game changer in terms of like the rhythm of the regular season from a coverage standpoint. Like all of a sudden it's like, man, like we gotta, get on a plane and go to Vegas in December to cover some kind of fake championship game. You know what I mean? And that component is a rhythm changer. I think that people generally understand that, say what you will about Adam Silver, and there's stuff you can certainly criticize during his tenure. The bottom line of the association has exploded under his guidance and from a business standpoint. And this is another revenue stream. This is another way to kind of increase that bottom line. And as we've talked about before, the salary cap is doubled in the past decade. So that's what this is about. And this is going to work in that regard, like most of the other things he has done tend to work. Now, I keep also telling people that, at Summer League, when I talk to people from the league about the in-season tournament, the one other takeaway I had was that there is an extreme openness to, modification down the line. Like they're well aware that, okay, if the $1 million incentive for players has zero impact on their level of competitiveness, then we might need to find a new incentive. Or, all the other specific aspects of the tournament, they could look very different next year. And by no means is this a finished product. So with those qualifiers, I kind of shrug and say, all right, I get it. Let's see how it looks and let's see how it unfolds.
Sam Amick of The Athletic with us. All right, speaking of the NBA and money, Sam, I am not in the, let's put it this way, I am the MLS to your English Premier League when it comes to writing skills, but I've put together with Crayon and...
Does that make you messy?
Yeah, exactly.
His writing is.
That would be like you coming, yeah, exactly. With Crayon and paper mache, I have put together an article just for funsies coming out today. It's about this James Harden thing. I'm not a fan of James Harden, you know that, but he's not stupid. And this China thing, the Daryl Morey thing intrigues me. You and I both know Daryl a little bit, you more than I, and watching this unfold in real time. I have a premise that this is incredibly calculated by James, that the NBA is just starting to piece together their relationships and have with China. Games are back on there. But when Daryl made his comments, the advertising left over from Yao Ming, the Li Ning, the Pudong Bank, although the sponsors went away, and there's still money to be recouped. If I'm James Harden, I want to kill two birds with one stone. I speak out against Daryl Morey in China in front of the world of Chinese patriots over there that are feel very strongly about the Hong Kong situation. I immediately become a superhero over there, not only for speaking out, but speaking against Daryl. And it allows me not only to sell my wares over there, my wines, my shoes, everything else. It not only opens up a market for me to play over there, but now any team I go to, like, for example, Houston, where I reportedly wanted to go to, I being James, about a year ago, and that's where he was for 9 seasons. Any team I go to, I will probably bring with me a lot of Chinese endorsements, not Yao Ming level, but still. I feel like there's a huge financial play here, Sam, and I feel like James is in a great spot because the NBA wants nothing to do with the China human rights Hong Kong conversation. And when James says, I want to make things uncomfortable, I'm suspecting that may be a part of his discomfort he's going to push out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have clarity on, to what degree that was all calculated, and, full disclosure, you and I chatted a bit last night about this topic, and I agreed that at minimum, bare minimum, the idea that James said what he said in China in front of that audience, was certainly no mistake. That was calculated. It's uncomfortable, to use your word. I'll be honest. I didn't even tell you this last night. Like, I will admit, the part that makes me uncomfortable is, like, strategically, if that is in fact what he's doing, I get it. It's a little uncomfortable because you are essentially, kind of weaponizing, a part of the world and a fan base and a kind of a place that, I mean, at its core, this is just me, the human, talking. Like, I understand the financial fallout of what Daryl tweeted years ago when he supported Hong Kong. But if I'm picking sides, I'm on Daryl's side.
Sure.
On that, and so it's for James to come along and be like, haha, I'm going to make China hate you again. Like that, that's uncomfortable. Yeah. But it is like there's been enough time that's passed since that controversy that you are hitting the nail on the head in terms of the NBA kind of slowly but surely creeping back towards China, Tencent, airing games again and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, Daryl, ironically, is the one who people typically say is playing chess, not checkers. And I do think that James might be the one looking at the chessboard right now.
And James, as we're talking with Sam Amick, James had we all heard that the Sixers kind of took his name out of the trade talks. Then you get the reaction from James Harden. But Sam, is James Harden still a guy that would be coveted by enough teams across the league? Because we do see examples, for whatever reason, of, I don't know, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, that have talent, but kind of once they got to that spot, they can't get back in. Where is James on that spectrum as far as the amount of teams that might be interested in acquiring him?
I mean, acquiring him, heading into a free agency year with his personal expectations being that he's still a max player, like, it probably doesn't go past the Clippers. Yeah. I really don't think it does.
Do they have any interest to? I know you're out. I know this is slow time, and admittedly, you're, not calling 30 people a day. But is your guess? Could you surmise? Is there mutual interest on LA's side?
Yeah, there is. Okay. There is, but there's just but they don't want to. I don't know where the tipping point is deal wise, and what the hangups are. Norm Powell's been a guy that been somewhat of a focal point because, you got Nick Nurse in Philly now who coached him in Toronto. And, so it was kind of like, if you squint hard enough and you include Norm with some of those other pieces, like Philly could still be really good. And maybe, you feel justified doing the deal, but the Clippers do have interest. They just don't feel compelled to give up the farm because I know most people would probably disagree, but they feel like they have a title contender even without James. So, they don't feel the urgency. Now, we all know that health-wise, they've had a really hard time staying on the floor. But, they do for sure have interest. And, I think we may have touched on the Russell Westbrook component in a previous chat. And it's like, I think that all comes out in the wash. They figure out the Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Russ. Russ and James are very good friends. I think they would find a way to make that work, and James would be the priority. So they have interest. The rest of the league, the problem for James is that, and honestly, Daryl played a big part in this, is like Daryl and during the Rockets tenure, they were never really shy, especially on the tail end of it, to share the inside stories on like the craziness of the James Harden experience and, all the tall tales about, oh, he's in Vegas, partying, going to strip clubs and this and that until this time. And then he shows up the next day and scores 50 points. Like they turned that stuff into legend, because that was a big part of how his life was in Houston. But when you're 33 and then you're a team that is thinking about taking him on and you have all these young prospects who you want to learn how to be pros, those stories all of a sudden become a hindrance to your market value.
Sam Amick joining us from The Athletic. Look, this is all speculation, but, the World reports about a year ago when James took the pay cut that, the NBA did open an investigation as to whether or not there was a handshake deal. And, everyone remembers Joe Smith in Minnesota, and it's a very serious thing. I'm not going to put you in a spot where you're like, Sam, do you think that's what's happening? But would it surprise you if that was a part of what James is referring to?
Not at all. I mean, you're kind of tap dancing on something that I don't honestly think you need to, or tiptoeing on.
I'm trying, yeah, but I hear you.
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Right? I mean, because I'm not going out on a limb here, but yes, James and his people and his associates 100% believe that, when he gave back $14 to $15 million last summer, that it would come back to him the following summer. Now, I can't speak to on this day they had this conversation or they have this email. I don't know, but however they got there, that is a major part of James's discontent, is his perception, his belief that Daryl didn't follow through on their understanding. Now, predictably, Daryl and the Sixers 100% push back on that, say there was no quid pro quo. And of course, they point to the league's investigation, which, heretofore is not found apparently any proof of that. But there's a common sense component here where it's like something compelled James Harden to, not earn another $15 million. Right. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't just the kindness of his soul.
Well, and I guess just to follow up real quick, I guess what it comes down to, it'd be very interesting to have Adam Silver as a part of this conversation, with all of the, let's just say.
Try to three-way him?
Right. Just with all the news out there about, in the world of, is this illegal? Is that illegal? Was this an insinuation or was this a conspiracy? It would be very interesting to see if there's a difference between, James, we need this money. Come on. We're going to take care of you. We're family. And James, we need you to take less money. I'm going to max you out for 4 years next summer. I promise. I do wonder if there is wink, wink, nudge, nudge, gray area there where the NBA is concerned.
Yeah, there very well may be, and especially considering at the time the trust level between James and Daryl, and that may be, again, we're speculating, but
yeah,
that may be where James got himself in trouble because it's like anything in life. If you put too much trust in someone and then they burn you, and you didn't get that email, you didn't get it in writing,
right?
And maybe that's what happened. I don't know, but it is, I guess the larger backdrop and takeaway here is like relationship wise, and I've been saying this a lot lately, like we've probably never seen a love story between an executive and a player, turn into a kind of a broken romance like this.
Yeah,
and
shocking, I say. It's shocking this happens.
Yes. And then also, and you're in this camp, there's so many people enjoying their victory lap.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
He's one of them.
It sucks because I love Daryl.
I got a guy who, like a year ago, asked me to talk to his college course. I'm not even going to say where. Never met the dude in my life.
That's it.
And we do a Zoom to talk about this visit with his students. And we get on the Zoom, and all he wanted to talk about was how James Harden sucked. and so
are you sure it was a class?
I kind of got but this was in the pre-visit, so I got a little turned off. And I'll be honest, I ended up not doing the visit because I was like, I don't really want to talk about James Harden. So then that was like 2 years ago, I think.
Sure.
Basically told me this guy sucks and he's never going to win anything. And I'm like, cool, but I'm not doing a talk radio visit in your classroom. So I got an email 2 days ago. Bro is like still on it. It was like, I told you.
You really should have spoken to the class.
Oh, Harden truthers are great. Jason?
I was going to say on the kind of the follow-up to that, I don't know if it means much, Sam, but you read that there's been some support from Sixer players towards Harden, whatever it means. Embiid's off of the Sixers social media now. I don't know. In the end, if there's support for Harden from the players, any damage goes to Morey from the Philly organization. Like, how does it end maybe for Morey in this?
Yeah, I mean, I do. It's all, these are first world problems. Daryl's made a ton of money, and I think he would get picked up somewhere else if he got let go. But I think he's got pressure on him. Especially when you're talking about this meeting point between Joel Embiid's individual peak. He finally gets MVP. He's healthy, which was such an issue early in his career. And then you're going to try to reconcile that with like roster mismanagement and off-court drama. And you're going to not maximize Joel Embiid's, high time, if you will. Like that very possibly could fall on Daryl. It probably should fall on Daryl. The player support that you're talking about is, I think, relevant. I just this morning was reading some stuff, and you got obviously Kyrie Irving kind of chirping back at Adrian Wojnarowski, criticizing Daryl. You've got Andre Iguodala went on Gilbert Arenas' podcast and talked about how, why is it always players who are disgruntled? A lot of media never write about front offices being disgruntled, and it's a valid point. So, I think the spotlight is on Daryl and not a good way right now.
Also makes you wonder, we talked about this yesterday, is anybody ever gruntled? Is that even a thing? They never are.
Very gruntled.
Very gruntled right now. Well, Sam, we were very gruntled with our relationship with you. We appreciate you coming on throughout, just not now, but also the NBA season as we gear back up with schedules released today at noon. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
I'm going to leave you guys with this.
Please.
22 national TV games for the game.
I know.
Holy Toledo. What is happening?
That's a jump. Well, we call it 11 and 11. It's 11 for realsies national TV games. NBA TV is like, it's like 3/4 of a national TV game.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, but
your team was in the G League like 2 years ago.
Wow, shots fired.
So true.
Yeah, but those games were in black and white. Those were fun.
Those were great. On that note, we'll see you next week, pal. Take care.
Thanks, Sam.
We'll take a break. When we come back, thanks to Sam for doing a double segment.
He didn't talk about the Jags.
Did not break them down at all. The Kings are getting national TV attention. Sam must have our rundown here. It's a perfect lead-in. The rest of the schedule comes out today at noon, but we've got it exclusively right here on Sactown Sports. If you have questions, ask them in the YouTube chat or 916-339-1140. Hey, is all this extra attention good for the Sacramento Kings? We'll talk about that next.
The first ever NBA in-season tournament schedule is out, and our Kings have some great matchups, including national TV games against the Spurs and Warriors.
And Sacramento has won. They have risen to the occasion. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, this place is absolutely nuts.
Listen to every game on the home of the Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Are you ready to cruise into the new school year in style? Look no further than Elk Grove Kia's back-to-school sales event happening right now. Rev up your engines because the 2023 Kia Forte LXS is calling your name. Zoom through town in this sleek ride for just $149 a month plus tax. Unbeatable style and affordability in one package. But wait, it gets even better. Feel the adrenaline rush with the 2024 Kia K5 GT line, the hottest sedan this side of the Pacific. Get behind the wheel for only $299 a month plus tax. Experience power, performance, and sophistication like never before. Don't miss out on the best selection we've had in over 3 years. Check us out at Elk Grove Kia or elkgrovekia.com. 2023 Forte 24-month lease of $149 plus tax of $41.30 required at signing, residual of $15,256 at $10K per year, 20 cents per mile over, 0 security deposit required, subject to Kia finance approval. G K8921 expires 8/31/23. 2024 K524 monthly 1699 plus tax with 4712 required design residual of 21,782 with 10K per year 27 for my loan reserve security deposit required section K finance approval K8932 expires 8/31/23.
Elk Grove Kia. Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Thursday forecast starts out on a mild note. We'll have scattered clouds, breaks the sunshine, and temperatures this afternoon still trending hot. Plan for highs in the range of 100 to 104. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let us fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $97. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Did you know the average person walks 100,000 miles in their lifetime? It's true. That's a whole lot of stress, strain, and pressure ultimately put on 2 feet. Hi, DC Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. As a spokesperson for Good Feet, I run into all sorts of surprising foot-related facts. Like despite relatively few Americans being born with foot issues, over time, 75% of all adults will experience painful foot or foot-related problems. By supporting all 4 arches of the foot, the Good Feet 3-step arch support system can help return your foot and whole body to its proper alignment. Come to the Good Feet store for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay. Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe.
Eesh.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at Fire Wings with some bullet points for you to remember so you can be a professional fire wing eater. Like Wings Day Wednesday, 88-cent wings each and every Wednesday. 3 flavor lineup includes 7 classic wing flavors, 7 dry rub wing flavors, 7 fusion wing flavors. It's the perfect fast casual eating establishment for the entire family. Go to firewings.com or download the app, find a location near you, order online, earn rewards. Fire Wings, just wing it.
Don't wait, the giant summer sale ends soon at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. We make buying a new Honda easy and stress-free. Pre-order online or in person today. We'll be there to help you every step of the way. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The NBA schedule for all 30 teams will be released at 12 o'clock noon today. News has already started coming in about the Sacramento Kings schedule. The Kings will open the 2023 season with these 3 games. Wednesday, October 25th at the Utah Jazz. Friday, October 27th against the Golden State Warriors. And Sunday, October 29th at Golden One Center against the Los Angeles Lakers. Tyrese Halliburton is scheduled to return to Sacramento for the first time on January 18th, 2024. The Kings are expected to have 6 ESPN games, 5 TNT games, and 11 NBA TV games, a grand total of 22 national television games. Stay tuned to SactownSports.com for more information and updates from Kings cowboy Frankie Cardicelli. Those are your headlines. It is 8:33 a.m., which means it's time for you to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. Now back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Delivery Joe is on our YouTube chat. I'll read this. I agree. Shout out to everyone working outdoors. The heat wave is over. Or almost done. Sorry, but summer isn't. Keep your heads up and a hat on. I couldn't agree more. I had somebody come over to do a thing at the house yesterday. It was like 4 o'clock. I had to go outside, and there's a side of the house where the sun is just shining right into it. I don't know what it is. Does anyone else feel this way? Like this last week of a few days of 100+ degree temperatures. Like, look, I don't like heat and blah blah.
There's a tinge of humidity.
God,
that's what's been the difference.
It rained last night.
It did. Okay. Brief. There were sprinkles.
That's the humidity part, right?
And it just is so heavy.
Yeah.
Heavily hot. Like just when the sun hits you, and you're like,
yuck.
Oh God, this is just brutal.
Yeah.
I go outside and I'm dripping.
Yeah,
man.
We've had warmer summers. There's just that humidity that's going right now.
Like, and that's what they say. Well, it's a dry heat. Well, that
not
does,
right now.
No. So yes, if you're working outside,
hydrate.
Please do. Hydrating is so important. I put on the high SPF and keep yourself
find the shade.
Like there's somebody that works outside every day in their car right now, and they're listening. They're like, you know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Remind me to eat my lunch too.
Right? Yeah. Thanks, Dave and Jason, who work in an air-conditioned room every day and then go home.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're here for you, live and local. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
So the Kings are getting 22 national TV games, 11 of which are real national TV, ESPN and the TNT.
Are we going to get to the point where we're just going to say the games that aren't nationally televised?
I mean, look, you know
what?
Them
on. They're America's team.
They want what they want, Jason, and what they want apparently are the Sacramento Kings. I'm here for that. That's fine. That's dandy. As a matter of fact, one thing we haven't counted, the schedule is released at noon, but we do have the Sacramento Kings schedule. We did get that early. Let me do this on the air because it's great. It's really good radio. But with 11 games, we keep saying ESPN and TNT. Well, what's the breakdown of that?
Okay.
All right. So ESPN, Golden State, Friday the 27th of October. Moving on to November, you've got at the Lakers. That's ESPN. Back-to-back ESPN games at the Spurs. I believe that's a tournament game, if I remember correctly. That's on the 17th. So, you got a Wednesday and a Friday ESPN game. Let's see here in December. Do we have any ESPN games? I do not spy one. Moving on to January. So we're up to 3 right now. Any ESPN games? No, there's a TNT game, but no ESPN. Moving on again. Okay, the Clippers on the 25th of February is also an ESPN game. And do we have any more ESPN games? No, and no. Okay, so it looks like we've got 4 ESPN games.
Wow.
That would leave us with 7 TNT games. Well, woof, woof, and meow.
And I mean, well, I guess I hate to say it, but I will say it. Preference, I prefer TNT.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
And maybe that's more for their pre-show, post-show, the Ernie, the
that's
award-winning.
exactly what it is. That's exactly what
Not
it is.
Broadcasters, just more.
No, you want to see them. You want them talking about the Kings, and you know that they're going to talk about the Kings in a way. I must have missed one because I can only see 6 TNT games, but 7 TNT games. It looks like 4 ESPN games.
Okay.
Unless I counted wrong. I'm with you. Honestly, nothing against ESPN. I'll take all 11 on TNT. Absolutely, because you're going to get the Kenny and Ernie and Charles and Shaq treatments there. Yep. They're going to have all kinds of fun. And with all those national TV games comes extra attention. So the question is, all right, well, that's not going to do anything directly for your wins and losses, but is it a good thing? And my answer is mostly.
Yeah.
Because
you can have clunkers there too,
that's
right?
Yes,
and embarrass yourself. You're like, oh man, the whole nation saw that game.
Look, I don't really see how this is possible. Obviously, it goes for the disclaimer is always in sports, barring injury. I really don't see how it's possible that the Kings would take too much of a step back, other than I think it's likely that they will be lower than a 3 seed this year. Not because they're necessarily taking a step back, but because you have added so much firepower in the Western Conference, and you have teams that finished like I don't think anything's going to happen to Denver, which was ahead of Sacramento last year. I don't really see them going anywhere. Then the question will become Memphis. Well, Memphis is going to miss Ja Morant, but Memphis also has Marcus Smart, and I think this is a sneaky good move for them. I think they'll be at or near where Sacramento is, but Phoenix got better on paper. You got to think the Clippers. Again, I wouldn't bet on it, but can't imagine Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are going to combine for like 20 games or whatever the hell they did last year. And then if they end up getting James Harden, I don't honestly know who's going to have a better record, the Warriors or the Kings. That's interesting because the Warriors did have a lot of injuries last year, but they're also old. So why wouldn't you think they're going to have injuries again this year? Lakers, same thing, old but fantastic. I mean, they're good. They showed up in the playoffs. The Thunder are going to rise up. The Pelicans, you'd like to think, are going to have a better year, especially if Zion plays, which is a big if. And then the Thunder, you have a lot of teams. Dallas with Kyrie and Luka for a full season. Who knows there? And Utah's going to be, look, they're not going to be great, but they're going to be a tough out. We don't know what's going to happen with Portland and Damian Lillard. I'm just saying the Western Conference could be really good.
Yeah, it feels like it will be. I think is the ironic part, the last couple of years when the Kings were trying to be playing teams, I thought there were such great opportunities to get there. I thought the bottom of the West wasn't very good. I think it's better now. I think it's deeper. I think there's more teams that have potential to have things go well, and like the Kings did last year. It almost begs the question, too, as fans of this team, can the regular season this year be more exciting than last year? I think that's going to be tough to top. They could literally win more games, and there might be individual moments or individual games that are as exciting. But that first year is so special, especially with it wasn't a 2-year drought.
Right.
I mean, it was the longest in sports. It was 16. There were some hideous years.
I think I can answer that. No.
Yeah.
They can't.
Unless they do something like 68 wins, which is like, who's predicting that?
If they're rolling through teams like warm butter and they're the surprise of the NBA again, yes, I reserve judgment. But you're right. There's nothing like the first time.
40 to 50 win range, then it's like, it's going to be great. And you're excited of all of it, but that last year was great.
This is an answer to the question I should know. It's not only 16 years of missing the playoffs, but it was also 16 years not being above 500, correct? Yeah. So you have entire you gotta think, what's the earliest we generally remember things? What, 7 years old? So I'm talking about, I remember a pony. I'm talking about like real things.
Yeah.
So you're talking about people that were 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 even, that don't even remember the Kings finishing above 500. You have this entire generation of fans. Somewhere out there, Jason, as sad for you and me as it is, but also heartwarming to think about. Somewhere out there, there's a 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old boy or girl that they're been Kings fans because they were forced to by being indoctrinated by their parents. And this is going to be, last year was maybe the most special sports year of their lives. It was my Will Clark San Francisco Giants. It was your boyhood Yankees. That's the season they're going to remember. And yes, they could be awesome this year. They could be better this year, but barring going further in the playoffs, barring having, I think even if they won 50 games this year, It's not going to be as exciting as last year.
No, then it's all there for the play. Like it's about advancing and all that kind of stuff.
You have expectations now. With great success come great expectations.
Did you read that on a cat poster?
Probably. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot? Who's not? We'll give you some more schedule info as well. We'll recap what we have, as we do have the Sacramento Kings full schedule in our hands. Make sure you check out SactownSports.com throughout the day, as I know Frankie will be all over that schedule breakdown. And then we've got our Niner insider from SactownSports.com, Emil Fragoso, in for a segment. In for 2 segments, coming at 9 a.m. with our Niners at 9. But it's Who's Hot next, right here on Sactown Sports.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
Here's what James Harden said. Daryl Morey is a liar. I will never be a part of an organization that he's part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar. I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. This was at an Adidas media event in China.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's James Harden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say Daryl Morey is a liar.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. I just want to say my GM's a liar, and I never want to play for them again.
It's Whitey and Watkins from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Sebastian Maniscalco, live.
Like when we went to the zoo as kids, that's all you got was the zoo. You ate in the car before we go in. What? They got food inside. You think I'm going to pay? And when you got hungry, you left. Dad, I'm hungry. Okay, let's go.
Sebastian Maniscalco, this Saturday for 2 shows at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit SebastianLive.com.
Whether you're shopping for your favorite Honda online or in person, you'll see why Stockton Honda is the #1 Honda dealer in Northern California, and why buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Visit in person or online at StocktonHonda.com, where your favorite Honda is ready for you.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own loan report.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento. Check your testosterone for free. Know your T levels. There's understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. Don't wait for. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin, I'm just off on the party. Let's supposed to roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. The crib is always stocked. It's our party vice. So what? Everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe. Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chryslers make this the summer sales event going on right now. But Chad, why drive all the way to Hoblet?
Because if you go somewhere else, you're paying too much. No one beats Hoblet when it comes to price and service. Right now, save up to $13,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie, Limited, and Longhorns. That means you can get a brand new truck starting at only $28,995.
Wow, you really are going all out.
We're not done yet. You can also save up to $6,500 off MSRP MSRP on new 2023 Ram 2500 Longhorns. No one in California has a savings this good on a selection this big. That's why we are consistently California's #1 Ram truck dealer.
Stop by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center for a test drive today or see their entire inventory online at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings after 9,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 10% off MSRP average of $8,000 plus $1,000 case construction cash. Must have purchased qualifying case equipment after January 1st, 2021. $28,995 net price on 2023 Ram 1500 regular cab after 3,400 factory rebates. Sample VIN 550880. 6,500 total net savings on Ram 2500 Longhorn after 6,500 dealer discount. 5 net savings. See dealer for details.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Jason.
Who's hot?
Who's hot?
Yeah. Do you know that? Do you have the answer?
I do have an answer.
Okay. I am curious to know.
It's people working outside.
True.
Hopefully not yet.
Hopefully. It's
It's
getting
probably
warm
still
out
hard.
there.
If you're working, you get hot anyway.
Who is hot?
Who's hot is the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They're mean to the Yankees.
Yeah, they swept the Yankees.
We don't have to add that part.
Oh, do we want a negative Yankee stat as part of it?
They politely moved on from New York with smiles.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just the Yankees, New York. If we go back to the weekend prior, the Braves were playing the Mets. And in those 7 games between Mets and Yankees, the Braves outscored New York baseball teams 58-13 in 7 games.
Wow.
It's a lot of runs.
That is a lot of runs.
They pushed the Yankees to below 500, Jason Ross. And this is the latest into the season. The Yankees have been below 500 since 1995.
Wait, I thought this was who's hot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but the Braves swept the Yankees.
Well, more on the Braves. Let's highlight the Braves.
That's more runs than
a
lot of runs.
Plus 45.
Wow, that's a lot of runs. Who's not?
Who's not? You guys aren't going to believe this.
The A's?
No, don't do it.
He's got a streak going.
It's not the Oakland A's.
Whoa, stunner.
What?
It's not. It's the Miami Marlins.
Oh,
really?
Yes, but we had to break from tradition because this is a very special stat I wanted to share with you guys.
Special stat.
Have you guys seen the totals for the most home runs hit by a Miami Marlin since 2017?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to read the top 5 in reverse order for you. So 5th is Jazz Chisholm with 45.
Great name, by the way.
Excellent name. Impeccable. 4th is Jesus Aguilar.
Love Jesus Aguilar.
3rd is Garrett Cooper with 52.
That's not a real guy.
He now plays for San Diego, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I just learned that the other day.
I just learned it now.
I did too.
2nd is Brian Anderson with 57.
Anderson's hitting home runs?
Yeah.
And number 1 is Giancarlo Stanton with 59, which all occurred in the 2017 season because Stanton was traded to the Yankees in that offseason. So in one season, Stanton has hit more homers than any Marlin combined the last 7 years.
Juice.
Hey.
Is good for breakfast.
Yes, it is.
All I was
He
gonna
was
say.
healthy that year.
I prefer
It was good
grapefruit,
juice.
but it gives me heartburn. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Well, since you didn't go in on the A's, I will reward you. I read this yesterday. I know a lot of people know this, but maybe they don't. Do you happen to remember what the largest contract that's been given out in the John Fisher era is?
Oh gosh, John Fisher
I saw this the other. It was from 2004. I can't remember which.
Eric Chavez?
Yes, that's it.
Is it Chavez?
No, it's not.
No.
A 1-year deal to like Mike Piazza or Frank Thomas or something.
Billy Butler.
Oh, yeah.
I remember him.
Former Royal.
3 years, $30 million.
That's the largest contract.
I think the Chavez deal was pre-John Fisher,
I think it was
but it's
too,
the largest
actually.
deal in A's history.
Yeah, and Billy Butler didn't do that great.
No.
Nah, he didn't do that great. As a matter of fact, I'm reading the article when he signed, and
sell the team.
It says the deal suggests that the A's expect the 28-year-old right-hander to rebound from what was arguably his worst major league season.
Good timing. Pay him a lot to get better.
That's exactly what you want to do. It's just.
So you did my Oakland A's stat of the day.
Yes.
You know why I did it though? I did it.
You missed them.
I did it because you showed discipline, and I appreciate that. So I filled it in. Had you gone A's, I think that's just the low-hanging fruit, but you didn't go for the fruit. You went for the veggies, and so I gave you a banana. What?
What?
I don't even understand what that means.
I don't understand any of those things
Whipped
put together.
cream?
What?
Callback.
Before we break, I was going to save this for Whitey, and Chris wouldn't care. I want you to name this Major League Baseball player giving tips to would-be batters. And everybody go ahead and play along at home. And there is a hint, sort of, towards the end.
Sometimes taking a pitch is more important than swinging at it. It shows the balls that were the best for me to hit. And you can see this area right in here, 330, 340, 400. And as you get down to the lower outside part, ball becomes further away from you, a much tougher pitch to hit. And I try to lay out those pitches as much as I could. And I asked a great hitter one time. In fact, I asked all the great hitters that I had a chance to talk to, what was the single most important thing that I had to do to become a good hitter? But Rogers Hornsby told me the biggest secret of it all. He said, you got to get a good ball to hit. Now, what does that mean? It means a ball in a good area. It means a ball that hasn't fooled you. Up to 2 strikes, you get a good ball. And then after 2 strikes, you do have to concede something to the pitcher so you don't become a strikeout king. And you say, well, now I've got to hit the ball.
So I'll tell you this. This was not Johnny Bench, but this person was also, as a retired player, addressing the San Diego Chicken and the baseball bunch.
Ted Williams.
Is that your guess?
That's my guess.
Kyle, do you have a guess?
I was going to say that audio quality sounded 30 years before I was born.
Yeah,
so I
it
don't
probably
know if
was.
I
See,
have a
because
guess.
everybody sounded like that. Yeah, I see. What you got to do. Well, I will reveal the face, and we will see, Jason, if you're anywhere close. Well, you're close. You're in the right ballpark, but whose face is that?
That is Ted Williams.
That is Ted Williams.
Yeah.
That is well done, Jason Ross. Yeah, when the guy says, it doesn't narrow it down to who it was, but I asked Rogers Hornsby, and he told me, well, okay. Honestly, I saw this, but
it was the way he was talking about hitting.
Right, and I'm going to be really fair here and as honest as I can be. I saw it, so obviously I knew who it was. I'm pretty sure had I not seen it, I think my guess would have been Stan Musial.
Oh, okay.
I think that's who my guess would have been.
Yeah.
If I'm just being perfectly honest, it would have been Stan Musial, been going through great hitters, and for some reason I probably would have gone National League. And yeah, he was. And I love the San Diego Chicken in this clip too. That's like pretending to be like pointing out where they are on the rack. And
classic chicken bit.
Just classic chicken. Man.
Once he said San Diego Chicken, I knew it was him because Ted Williams is a San Diego
legend. San
San
Diegan.
Yeah,
he's a San Diego.
You got it right. Yeah.
There's actually a story there about something, isn't there, with him playing for a San Diego team before there's a story with Ted Williams in San Diego, but it wasn't the Padres.
Yeah, he played Pacific Coast League.
That's what it was.
Something.
Something. We'll take a break. When we come back, we welcome in Emiliano Fragoso as he talks about the 49ers. Is Trey Lance just getting the you-know-what from the media? What is going on with this coverage and so much more? Emil Fragoso from SactownSports.com in studio with us for 2 segments. Is he in studio? I don't know either. All right. Oh, he's right there. He's coming up next.
He's going to stand outside.
Will Christian McCaffrey lead the NFL in rushing? Can Sacramento's own Eric Armstead bring his game to another level?
Prescott back steps up in the pocket. He gets sacked. Back on the 15-yard line. Get in my belly.
Get in my
says
belly.
Eric Armstead.
Will rookie Jake Moody pick up where veteran kicker Robbie Gould left off? Find out on Whitey and Watkins every day at 11 a.m. during the 49ers Focus on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you ready to cruise into the new school year in style? Look no further than Elk Grove Kia's back-to-school sales event happening right now. Rev up your engines because the 2023 Kia Forte LXS is calling your name. Zoom through town in this sleek ride for just $149 a month plus tax. Unbeatable style and affordability in one package. But wait, it gets even better. Feel the adrenaline rush with the 2024 Kia K5 GT line, the hottest sedan this side of the Pacific. Get behind the wheel for only $299 a month plus tax. Experience power, performance, and sophistication like never before. Don't miss out on the best selection we've had in over 3 years. Check us out at Elk Grove Kia or elkgrovekia.com. 2023 Forte 24-month lease of $149 plus tax for $41.30 required at signing, residual of $15,256 at $10K per year, 20 cents per mile. Reserve security deposit required subject to Kia finance approval. GK 8921 expires 8/31/23. 2024 K5 24-month lease of $299 plus tax for $47.12 required at signing, residual of $21,782 at $10K per year, 20 cents per mile. Reserve security deposit required subject to Kia finance approval. GK 8932 expires 8/31/23.
Elk Grove Kia. What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard. It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
It's time now for the Silver and Black Report, brought to you by ACR Solar and Home Services. Well, it was only one preseason game, but Sunday was very impressive for the Silver and Black. The talk of training camp so far has been the improved defense, and they sure did look good. With a couple of early possessions, 3 and outs of San Francisco's offense, multiple sacks, and a lot of quarterback pressure. Offensively, Aiden O'Connell looked sharp, 15 of 18 for 141, and maybe locking down that backup quarterback position. Next up for the Silver and Black, the LA Rams on Saturday. Summer is so great for many things, but it's also a great time to get your home evaluated for solar. And while you're at it, make sure that roof on your house, it's in good shape. ACR Solar and Home Services would love to meet you and show you the kind of quality you can expect from ACR. I went to ACR Solar and I could not be happier with the work that they did on our roof. So go to acrsolar.com and start your savings today. ACR Solar and Home Services, quality, value, and integrity since 1979.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Oakland A's every weekend.
And it's swung on line to left center, base hit, and the A's have won it on a walk-off line drive, base hit to left center.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The NBA schedules for all 30 teams will be released today at 12 o'clock noon. News has already started coming in about what the Kings' schedule will look like. The Kings will open the 2023 season with these 3 games. Wednesday, October 25th at the Utah Jazz, Friday, October 27th against the Golden State Warriors, and Sunday, October 29th at Golden One Center against the Los Angeles Lakers. Tyrese Halliburton will return to Sacramento for the first time on January 18th, 2024. The Kings are expected to have 4 ESPN games, 7 TNT games, and 11 NBA TV games, a grand total of 22 national TV games compared to just 5 from last season. Stay tuned to SactownSports.com for more information and updates from Kings cowboy Frankie Cardicelli. Those are your headlines. It's time for the Frago Show here on Sactown Sports. Emil Fragoso joins us next.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, we got you covered with the Niners for the next half hour. Remember, we are your home of the Niners this year. Catch all the games right here on Sactown Sports. Also, want to remind you, Whitey and Watkins will be here. In fact, I just saw Whitey in the hallway. They will be here to crosstalk with us here at 9:43. They will have the official schedule reveal. Now, remember, it's not just the Kings. It's the whole NBA they'll be able to take a look at. We did get an early copy of the schedule about a half hour into the show. We've been giving out some nuggets throughout the day, not Denver.
Right.
And one of the things we found, 7 TNT games, 4 ESPN games. What was it?
They love the Kings.
They love the Kings. How could you not? 7 I'll tell you one team that's going to be on national TV for all their games this year. The San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
Some form or the other. And at SactownSports.com, where I'm sure Frankie Cardicelli, our Kings insider, will have a complete breakdown of that schedule. Also, our guy, Emil Fregoso, who is out at training camp pretty much every single day there is a training camp. He joins us for not 1 but 2 segments. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
You know,
Yeah.
I've been better.
Yeah.
I've been better.
Why aren't you good? You're in here with us. You're on the big show. You're getting a ton of publicity right now. It's a chance to advance your career. You were a student at Arizona State once upon a time going, gosh, what am I going to make of my life? And now you're on with Dave and Jason and Kyle Ledbetter. I mean, you've made it, bro.
No, that's not what I'm upset about.
Made it.
I have made it. Guys, here's a flash from the past. I remember going to grade school, listening to the Rise Guys.
Wow. You know what? Me too. Fact is, I've said this before. I was in 7th grade and delivered pizza so I could sit in on a Rise Guys show when I was doing an interview of, go out and interview what you want to be and all that. So there's a legion of children that are now adults and some of us graying a little bit that listen to Whitey, who now looks younger than all of us.
I know. Yeah. It's amazing.
Because he's on roids. Unconfirmed. Unconfirmed.
Allegedly.
We could probably confirm it.
We could probably confirm it. But you're here now,
Yes.
and you're a fountain of 49er knowledge. Can I tee you up on something?
Go for it.
There was a media member yesterday with a very popular football last name. That was 2 days ago.
I know.
He said something about, when Trey Lance's mama pulled him out of the crib, he didn't have that quarterback instinct. So what I did over the last day, by the way, I went to a nursery yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I looked at every baby.
What'd you find out?
I found out that this guy's taking a lot of crap for saying that, but he might have had a point. Some babies, I looked at 3 picks.
Yeah.
Some babies I looked at sack machines.
Yeah.
Some babies I looked at, they'd look at me, but then they'd notice something from there or from there. I'm going, that is field vision right there. This baby's going places. Also,
you're a kicker.
That's who you are. You're a punter.
Yeah.
I tackled a bunch of the babies.
Yeah.
Most of them cried.
Yeah.
A couple got hurt. Hopefully not too seriously.
You did your research.
But I think, you know what? That's a great time to assess when a quarterback has vision or not and is ready is when they are removed for the first time from the crib. So maybe that wasn't that bad of a take, Emil. How are you doing with all of this?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of having to defend this guy from national media.
You defend Trey Lance or defend Lombardi?
Not to defend Lombardi at all.
Yeah, okay.
I'm upset. I have talked to multiple media members about this. I talked to him yesterday about this, about what your thoughts were. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
I was very upset because it's not attacking his play, which we'll get to in a second. And just downright, he sucked.
Right.
He sucks.
Yeah, he was not great.
He sucked.
He wasn't great.
This is the reality.
Yeah.
But to attack this man's character, to attack his family, his well-being, his mental health is inexcusable from professional journalism. And I'm actually embarrassed for Michael Lombardi.
Who is more hated amongst Niner journalists now, Michael Lombardi or Grant Cohn?
Grant Cohn.
That was a quick answer.
Can I just say this about Grant Cohn?
But he swings away.
He swings away.
He has his lane.
I'm not standing in front of him or anything. Like, he says a lot of ding-dong stuff. Don't get me wrong, but there's a little tiny part of me that's like, the guy's got cojones. Like,
he does.
Say what he wants. When Javon Kinlaw went on his show and when he went on his show and then the whole Niner locker, he's just one of those guys that does not care if anyone hates him. And
no,
there's a weird part of me that respects that. And I probably should not.
I've spoken with Grant.
Yeah.
Grant's a good dude on the outside. He plays a character.
Sure.
He plays a character in media, right?
Sure.
I will say in terms of cojones things, 100%. He has some. Now, there was a training camp story that came out that I shared with Jay Johnson that did not confirm he had cojones, but I'll leave that be. Regardless, Grant plays a character. Grant is probably the most polarizing member of Niners media. And you either like him or you don't. I'm okay with him because he serves a purpose.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what the 49ers would be concerned more about than what the media is saying about Trey Lance, the actual performance, which wasn't good. Like you said, now it's one game. I don't know that we freak out, but should we?
Yeah.
We should?
Yeah, that was concerning. Look,
freak out.
The offensive line was horrible. The backup O-lineman, which we'll get to in a second, with God forbid anyone go down on the starters. I mean, it's going to be just hard to figure it out. But Trey Lance needed to do more with what he was given. Even on plays where the pocket collapsed and he had a little more time, 3 to 4 seconds, he just looked frantic. He looked panicked. He didn't look in rhythm.
He looked indecisive.
Like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is that Trey Lance hasn't played enough games. It's all about getting reps, right? And while he has looked great in practice all training camp, he looks improved with accuracy and just demeanor and overall throwing mechanics. Game and practice are two very different things. And it showed Sunday that he just needs to get more games under his belt. Now, is it going to happen with the Niners? Probably not, because they're not in that situation this year to give him that range. That's why Purdy's going to be quarterback 1.
But I guess the counter to that, and it's different strokes for different folks, but Mr. Irrelevant didn't have any experience coming in. He went 8-1. He won 2 playoff games.
Sure, but he had all this 4-year starting at college.
Sure.
That speaks for itself.
Now, is that more on Shanahan and Lynch for putting him in that position? In other words, we talk about this all the time. If Brock Purdy was drafted number 3 and Trey Lance is Mr. Irrelevant, nobody would be batting an eye right now what's going on. In fact, Trey Lance probably wouldn't even be with the team.
Nope.
But because John Lynch decided, or Kyle Shanahan, or both, depending on who you believe, decided that Trey Lance was their guy, now he comes with this tag on his back. And not only does he get a lot more scrutiny, but I don't tend to feel bad about that. I do agree with you. The Niners media, some of them are being really weird about this, but I also know that there's probably a really good chance that Trey Lance has a job and a lot more money in his bank account just simply because a GM decided he was a 3 pick.
Yeah, there's so much hype, so much pressure on this kid to perform. And you got to remember, he's 23. I'm 23. I'm not
hype for you, though, and pressure. Fact.
Oh, nowhere near what Trey Lance has to face.
That's true.
I wake up and go cover the team. I don't play.
That's true.
I'm not putting the pads on every day.
That's true, too.
Although there are days I want to go out there and catch passes.
Or, could you maybe go out there and block?
No.
Yeah.
No. I can. Even in high school when I was doing blocking drills, I hated them. Couldn't. I'm a receiver. I catch passes. I don't block.
Yeah. Emil Ayuk.
Emil Ayuk, yeah.
That guy.
Well, Ayuk blocks now.
Well, he does a little bit.
Anyway, back to the topic. Trey Lance, right? Yeah. Trey Lance and the pressure. It's gotten so much that I can't believe he's not more overwhelmed because he carries himself with such a great demeanor.
Yep.
Going every day, get better, just take every opportunity one step at a time. And that's what impressed Kyle yesterday. We talked with Kyle about that, asked him, how are you reacting to the national media?
Coach Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers. Go ahead.
Correct. And Kyle was like, I'm impressed. Like, he's so socially aware. He understands how the world works. He understands that there are people out there getting clicks, getting likes, trying to aggravate because they can. That's their platform. That's their job.
Yes.
And Trey has done a really good job of toning it out. Now, whether it's getting to him on the field, who knows? Game 1 didn't really show a lot to deter otherwise. But from what we see in practice, he's still the same guy. And that's something to, write home about, that he still has that still strong character at such a young age.
Will he be able to get to what people think he can here? Because I think if this team was 4-13 last year, he's starting and they're like, we'll just go through the bumps.
Mm-hmm.
If he needs more time, he needs more reps. After about another week or two, everything's going to go to Brock Purdy.
Correct.
And his time is kind of done unless there's injuries happening. So can he get to the quarterback they wanted him to be or could be as a 49er?
Probably not, because they're already gone to Purdy. Yeah. Like, even in practice yesterday, he got 85% of the snaps. Trey was 4 of 6, I think, throwing. Okay. Brock had 21 pass attempts. Just want to throw that out there. 39 reps.
Right.
He got maybe 10 reps. It's already Brock is QB1. We got to get QB1 going into the new install, into the new offense, all that great stuff. Trey Lance is going to be, in my opinion, a change of scenery guy. Go to a new team, a fresh, kind of like Zach Wilson. This guy presented to me yesterday. What if the Jets trade Zach Wilson for Trey Lance straight up? Who wins that trade?
It's a good question. I don't know. I actually heard that very thing. Did you put that on Twitter? I heard that somewhere over the last week, and it is interesting. But you also have Zach Wilson right now learning from arguably who could be the best quarterback teacher in the NFL right now. It'll be very interesting to see what happens there. But it sounds like you're circling the idea that do you think Trey Lance is going to be gone this year? Do you think it's I mean, they've got to have depth.
I don't want to say he's going to be gone because I don't think his value is where they want it to be. I don't think they're going to trade him for a 5th-round pick because that's admitting defeat. And the Niners don't like to admit defeat, especially on a guy they trade up for the 3rd overall pick or whatever. Now, if it's like a 3rd and maybe a player that can help right now, like some defensive line rotation, some offensive line rotation, now you're talking. It's about getting players that can win now. If they can get a win now player, maybe they roll the dice.
Does Trey Lance have that value, though?
Well, if we talk to the rest of the league, no. Yeah. But I think it's possible. If he has one performance, it's good. I think it's very possible it skyrockets.
Yeah. What's the QB ranking order now? If Purdy's 1, is it Darnold, Lance, Allen, Darnold? I mean, what's your opinion of that?
It's still the at number 2. It's still Trey Lance or Sam Darnold because Kyle wants to give him more time. He wants to give him more reps and let him, work through his bumps of the preseason when he can.
They're going to flip-flop him on Saturday?
They are going to flip-flop him on Saturday, though. Okay. So Sam's going to start against Denver, and then Trey's going to come in relief. And
no reps for Purdy this weekend.
Most likely not. Yeah. He hasn't decided with the starters yet, but most likely not. Again, Brock just got cleared to do full practice, right? Yeah. He just got cleared to do 3 straight days. He's still on a pitch count, and Kyle admitted it yesterday. So they want to make sure Brock is 100% before they roll him out there and something crazy happens, because you know how this works with the Niners.
We're late for a break, but I want to remind everybody Emil is in, our Sactown Sports Niners insider. He's going to be with us for another segment. You can always call with your questions at 1-800-920-1140. Dominic, you're on with Dave, Jason, and Emil. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for taking my call. The Niners schedule, as soon as it came out, the Vegas odds makers had the spreads for the whole season, and of course, this is barring injury. They have the Niners favored in every game except one.
Philadelphia at Philly?
That's the only game. So, I mean, in effect, is that 16-1 for the season?
I mean, that
doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way. But we've gone through the schedule. We did that exercise yesterday, and obviously injuries, up-and-coming teams, blah, 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 blah. They've got Cincinnati at home. There's a couple of question mark games in there, but it really does right now look like at Philly. And by the way, they could be favored at Philly too, depending on how it goes the other way.
Yeah.
It's certainly lined up for the over on the Niners wins this year. You couldn't have higher expectations.
True. Now, I will say, me and my co-host Nate Littlefield did this on our podcast about a month or 2 ago. I had the Niners at 10-7.
Okay.
Win the division, but very
10-7 this year?
Yes.
And how did the Bonneville drug test go? Come on, 10-7.
You know how the Niners are.
Yeah. I do.
They lose games they're supposed to win.
Like Atlanta last year. Doesn't make any sense.
That's behind us.
Like Chicago week 1.
That's by Denver.
Yeah.
That's behind us.
Is it?
Same group.
I hope. We'll yell about this during the break. 60-second break. We'll be right back with Emil Fragoso, Jason Ross, and myself right after this. SactownSports.com.
Players know it's not just because you win more. It's because of everything else at Gold Country Casino Resort, where players roll in and winners are made. Winning isn't the only thing on the menu, and nightlife, it's more than entertaining. Drinks and dining options are abundant and guaranteed to satisfy your innermost desires. Come be our guests and see why Gold Country Casino Resort in Oroville is where the players play.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Our Sactown Sports, our former SactownSports.com insider for the 49ers, Emil Fregoso, who believes the Niners will go an embarrassing 10-7.
He said win the division. That means playoffs. What does it matter?
I'm going to ask this question, and I don't. By the way, I don't believe you're covering the team for SactownSports.com. We are the home of the Niners. I don't care. Are the Niners your team?
No.
Okay, they're not.
Raiders. You know this, Dave.
I do know that. I just wanted to publish.
He celebrated last week's loss.
Okay.
I'm a disgruntled Raiders fan, so I'm now that Jimmy Garoppolo's there, I want no part of it. But whatever.
That is the word of the day, by the way.
Yeah.
Disgruntled. Yeah, because nobody's ever gruntled. They're always disgruntled.
Yeah, there's no gruntled.
So I was going to give you an opening there with the whole 10-7 by saying, all right, because I do this sometimes, where it's like, all right, are you setting expectations low because you've been hurt before?
Yeah.
I mean, is that what's going on here with the 10-7? Do you still have pain in your heart from last year? And so you're setting it low at 10-7? Because I'm telling you right now, the over-under on 49er wins this year, 13.5.
It shouldn't be.
13.5.
It should. What about this? What about the preseason game one said it should be 13.5?
The preseason season games, nobody cares. The Jets went 4-0 last year in the preseason.
They're already dealing with injuries.
You know what?
Again.
I'll tell you, if this offensive line goes down, they're going to have real big problems.
They're done.
They've got. Yeah, I agree with you.
If Trent Williams goes down, they're done.
They're done.
They're
You're
done.
Right.
Brock's going to get cooked off the blind side.
Yes, he is. You just can't do it. Don't say the blind side anymore.
Blind side is.
You can't say that anymore.
You cannot.
Can't the defense keep them going, win games?
Yeah, I believe they can, but to expect them to be the all-world defense they were last year just to pick it up where they left off is, I think, a little too high of expectation, frankly.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why aren't they better? They added Javon Hargrave.
Armstead's healthy.
Javon Kinlaw is showing life. Cleveland Ferrell's showing a little bit of life.
Yeah.
Plus,
there's a
Deshaun
big
Gibson.
one that needs to be signed soon. But
Assuming both.
We'll get to him in a minute.
But I mean, honest question: shouldn't the expectation be that the 49ers defense is better this year than last year?
It should probably, but the problem is that Jimmy Garoppolo is cooking them in practice.
Yeah,
that's not good.
No.
That's not good. And then you watch the Raiders game and the defensive line depth they had last year. You lose Charles Omenihu. You lose Samson Ebicom.
Yeah.
You lose Jordan Willis, who, by the way, had a sack or a big tackle in that preseason game.
Yes, he did.
They could have had him still on the roster. It's about having depth of the rotation. And right now, their depth does not look great on both sides of the line. And that's going to be a problem for them. They can't get that figured out.
Well, much like if Trent Williams goes out, their offensive line completely changes. But obviously, if Bosa's there, I mean, that defense is going to look totally different. It just rounds out everything because of one guy.
Sure.
When's this happening, right? We've asked before, like nobody's worried, but it's like we're getting closer here.
Well, we did the conspiracy theory with you last week, Dave. So I'm going to keep it blunt here. If he isn't signed by after this weekend, going into the Chargers game, and the reason I say this is because his brother Joey's on the other sideline. And he probably wants to see his brother because Joey's been in LA. Nick's back in Florida doing his training. But I want to see his brother. If he's not signed by Monday or Tuesday next week, it's time to maybe start the red flag, maybe worry a little bit, but it's going to get done. He just needs a series or two to play this preseason. That's it. That's really it.
We had said that our worry time was going to be if he's not signed by the Monday after preseason game 3. You're moving that up a little bit, or
a little, just because of it. Just you like, why hasn't this gotten done? It should be done by now. Why is this not done? He needs some reps in preseason, like one series.
Okay, like I'm not disagreeing with you, but just devil's advocate here. Does he? I mean,
does he?
Does he?
Probably not. But Kyle always wants to get his stars at least one series. Give him one. Let him hang out with his brother on the side. I don't know. Do something like that.
Sign him during the game. Yes. He just comes in for the last play of the game. Just rolls out. Sack. Yells it out.
Do some wrestling stuff. I don't know. Why not?
Last week's game too, amongst the other things, I don't know how concerning this is, but a couple missed kicks by the draft pick Moody.
Yeah.
He showed the leg. That's not even a concern. But any worries there? How has he been in camp overall?
The team's not worried. I'm a little concerned because we watched in practice him make kicks from Alameda. Like, seriously, that dude's leg is ridiculous. And then to go into the game and slice one left and then slice one so badly right, it almost went into the corner stand.
Yeah.
That was concerning.
Well,
it just was.
And wasn't he? Didn't he make 2 big ones? Was it yesterday, the day before? And then what is this miss from like 63 or something? Like he looks like he's making them in practice for the most part.
He is.
You see the film, but we've seen this before, and that's why I think people are worried. We've seen it before. We just saw this. We were just talking about Roberto Aguayo out of Florida State, where you are a great practice kicker, and then you get in the games and the old Sphinctorial Revolution Titans, and you're over it. So.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I will say the Niners, the team, aren't worried. Kyle talked about it a little bit. He's just like, look, he'd rather have this happen in preseason than regular season, obviously. So get all the jitters out, get all the first game, nervousness out. Jake still has all the talent in the world to be the guy, and I think he will be. I just think it's a little, not a great look for your rookie kicker who you reached for, in my opinion, in the 3rd round to get a kicker. The future of the franchise, not paying Robbie Gould the $5 million that he wants, is missing kicks in preseason. Yeah. Not great.
As far as preseason game number 2, Saturday, it's Denver.
Yep.
What do you think the Niners want to get out of that game?
No one get hurt.
That's still the goal. So
that's always the goal.
Which is funny. That's what I thought. Like when we came in on Monday, I'm like, I have really nothing good to say about the Niner game at all, with the exception of what the goal always is they did a good job in the game of not getting hurt, but I thought they played terrible.
Oh, they were terrible.
Yeah.
The goal is to not be terrible.
Yeah.
I guess the goal is not be terrible on offense and defense.
The depth needs to look better.
The rookie stood out in the first game. I will say that Jalen Graham and D. Winters and Jair Brown as well looked really, really good. And I hope they show and improve on that going into game 2. But overall, I want to see more confidence from Trey Lance. I want to see more just ability to progress the ball downfield from both quarterbacks, frankly.
Yeah. Well, I want to see more amazing content out of you at SactownSports.com. So this week, what's coming up?
Just breaking down Kyle's injury report. They have tomorrow off, so this is the last day of their, work week before they go into the game on Saturday. And just getting ready for the game. Got my first season-long credential from the Niners yesterday.
Hey, that's a big moment in a young broadcaster's life. Well done.
Feeling like a big shot, I'm not going to lie.
Wow. Just get in line first for the food.
Yeah.
You got an official credential.
I get there 4 hours prior so I can get in first in line.
Look at you.
Well, the gourmet, man. Oh, my gosh.
Just so you understand, during the course of the year when we have you on, that's going to be a recurring conversation. In fact, I think it could very well be a part of each conversation, depending on if there was huge news that week. But we will want, this is part of your coverage. I'm serious now.
Okay.
We're going to want food recaps
as
to what was available. If there was anything special, out of the ordinary. We're going to want you to walk us through the food stuff.
Dave, it puts the Kings media area to shame.
Really? I have never been there, so I don't know. I still have yet to walk through.
Dave, they got chefs cooking in front of you, dude.
Do they really?
And they mix it up. Like there'll be taco day, there'll be like Asian noodle day.
Do they charge you?
Nope.
Some places
you want a credential, don't you?
I kind of want to cover the Niners this year.
All right. Dave, I'm telling you, football is the life for a media guy.
Wow. All right. That's Emil Fragoso with huge breaking news at the end there. Live chefs cooking in front of you. Thank you so much, pal. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch? Let's go streaking. And then Whitey and Watkins. It's a schedule release day for the Sacramento Kings right here on Sactown Sports.
Will the 49ers regret letting Robbie Gould walk this offseason and drafting Jake Moody?
If you get in a field goal range, see the rookie Jake Moody replacing Robbie Gould at the kicker spot.
Or was it just preseason jitters for the rookie kicker?
Moody is high enough, long enough, and no good. Oh, he pulled it left.
Tune in to find out on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Yeah, 49ers all the way. Let's go Niners. Yeah!
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Thursday forecast starts out on a mild note. We'll have scattered clouds, breaks the sunshine, and temperatures this afternoon still trending hot. Plan for highs in the range of 100 to 104. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $79. Bonnie. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
If you suffer with plantar fasciitis, the search for pain relief can feel like an endless and hopeless ordeal.
I would try drugstore, insoles and supports.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked.
If you think you've tried everything to relieve your foot pain, you probably haven't tried arch supports from the Good Feet store.
And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I don't have foot pain anymore. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. It changed my life.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store. Come in now for a free arch support fitting and test walk.
Players of all abilities will tell you that Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course is the area's #1 course for fun. Whether you're a beginner or an accomplished player, Bartley Cavanaugh has something for you. It's a great walking course, but motorized carts are available too. The moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas will add to your satisfaction and smiles for the day. Near the banks of the picturesque Sacramento River, Bartley Cavanaugh features the brand new tap room for all your beverage needs. For tee times, visit bartleycavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
Y'all ready to do it again, Sacramento? Country in the Park 2 is coming to Heart Health Park at Cal Expo Saturday, September 9th with Cole Swindell, Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, and more. Plus, a mechanical pool, line dancing saloon, and all the food. Tickets start at $40 or grab your Coors Light Y'all Access passes for $125. For more info, visit SactownSports.com. Country in the Park 2. Brought to you by Shane Company, Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, and the United States Marines.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Much like you probably, my kids are going back to school next week. What does that mean? It means end of summer blowout on all systems with American Energy Heating and Air right now. $2,500 off full systems, with systems as low as $34 a week. And American Energy Heat and Air offering a free Wi-Fi thermostat on high-efficiency units. As always, they're making the uncomfortable comfortable, but get in right now. This limited offer expires August 30th. You can call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Better Business Bureau A+ rating. 1981 is when they started serving the greater Sacramento area. They are Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner with heating, cooling, service, tune-ups, installations, and more. American Energy Heating and Air, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
There's fun for the whole family at Sutter Health Park. Join the River Cats every Saturday with the purchase of the Family Fun Pack. Starting at only $89, the Family Fun Pack includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and 4 exclusive River Cats hats. Take your fan experience to the next level with the Governor's Club Family Pack and enjoy the post-game fireworks show from the field. Make your plans to join the fun at rivercats.com/family pack.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The NBA schedule for all 30 teams will be released today at 12 o'clock noon. News has already started coming in about what the Sacramento Kings schedule will look like. The Kings are going to open the season with these 3 games. Wednesday, October 25th at the Utah Jazz. Friday, October 27th at home against the Golden State Warriors, and Sunday, October 29th at Golden One Center against the Los Angeles Lakers. Tyrese Halliburton returns to Sacramento for the first time on January 18th, 2024. The Kings are going to have 4 ESPN games, 7 TNT games, and 11 NBA TV games, a grand total of 22 games on national television. Stay tuned to SactownSports.com for more information and updates from the Kings cowboy Frankie Cardicelli. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds up right now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. It's time for the final half hour of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
I was trying to think of a person other than Drake to make people angry, but I couldn't think of one. Drake bringing us back. Sactown Sports. Whitey and Watkins will have the full schedule breakdown, and they will be coming in for a little crossy talk and celebrity birthdays. I got a couple things for them as well. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Been a fun show. Our thanks to Emil Fregoso for joining us. Are people on the YouTube chat? Yeah, they're inviting us into they want us to do a fantasy league, but I haven't read everything here.
Are they creating one amongst the chatters?
I don't know what it is, but they're
trying to organize one.
I don't mind that so much, but then Beeman, that's his username, Willie Beeman, says Dave thinks 6-point passing TDs are stupid, so I don't know if we want that. And what that simply means is this: I don't. Here's a couple of things. I don't do leagues where 6-point passing touchdowns are a thing. It's 4. It's 4. It's just 4. If you go 3, that's acceptable, but it's 4. Secondly, if you're in one of those leagues where the final score is like 29-24, I'm good. Like, I'm just have at it. You know, if you're one of those leagues, well, you know what? Nobody gets points for yards. You get points for touchdowns. So you're telling me I had the running back that, you know, broke out a 40-yard run down to the 1, and then, you know, big fatty behind him plunges in and he gets 6 points and my guy gets nothing. Yeah, you can. You want to have your authentic, and that always drives me crazy. The fantasy football nerds that want to have the authentic league.
Yeah.
Well, this is what's real. No, it's fantasy.
Yeah.
Football.
Right.
It's not realistic football. It's fantasy.
Exactly. Know your league. Know how they score.
Right.
That's how it does. But like sometimes I think in any league that you're in, there's going to be those weird asterisks. Like, you know, the PPR I think it's fine. It's what most leagues are. But sometimes, I don't know, a guy could have like 8 catches for 40 yards, no touchdowns. You're like, he scored what?
Yeah, 12 points.
That many points?
Yeah.
And then you got a guy that had 2 touchdowns and maybe 3 catches.
Yeah, 12 points.
And it's like,
15 points. Yeah.
But
No, I
like,
hear you.
Which day was better, but whatever. It's the way the league works. You win out on some, and sometimes you have some bad luck.
Yeah, it's never going to be all good. Oh, wow, just bust on in, Whitey. Thanks. It's never a like. Look, we do some screwy things in one of my leagues just because it's the screwy league. So we tried a thing which I still like, which is starting 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I like starting 2 quarterbacks because the quarterback is the most important position in sports.
And they get a ton of stats.
And they play every day unless they're hurt. And you have a 12-man league. So that means 18.
Most of the quarterbacks are playing.
They're not, they're not, and they never play. So for me, it's more fun. Oh, I'm starting a couple or at least allowing a flex position that you could flex a quarterback at. I'm fine with that too. We stopped doing this a year ago just because the game has changed. But since I was in high school up until 2 years ago, our tight ends got 2 points per catch.
Oh,
because we were for the longest time.
Yeah,
you know, having a tight end, it didn't make sense. Just wide receivers get more points. Nobody was doing tight ends.
Travis Kelce probably became crazy valuable.
That's what happened. Is it really started with who was it? Jimmy Graham and Gronk.
Yeah,
and then we're like, okay, and then along comes Andrews and like and then you're just like, okay, like legit. There were days where Travis Kelce had 53 points, and that wasn't an outlier. Okay, So the NBA schedule release today is at noon, as we told you, somewhere in the 6 a.m. hour. We did get a copy of that. We've been going through a lot of that all day, and you might be thinking, well, hold on, I was waiting to listen to Whitey Watkins. They're getting the schedule released. Well, that's why we only give out parts.
Yeah,
we saved a lot of good.
That's the official.
When they say, we might be full of garbage.
Yeah, maybe it's all scrambled.
Maybe we've been misdirecting you all day. But we do know this, as we've talked to you about it. We do know there are, 5 ESPN, 6 TNT games. I don't know why earlier I was saying 7 and 4.
You were.
I can't do math.
Okay.
We know their longest road trip is 7 games. They also have a 6-gamer in there as well. We know they have 14 back-to-backs. And we know they finish on a 3-game homestand.
Yeah. And we don't know if they're going to be in the Cup Championship in Vegas.
Absolutely.
To be determined.
We do not. We do have preseason football tonight.
Yay.
The Brown at the Eagles, it says here.
Yeah. Brown.
The Cleveland Brown.
They're not all playing.
It's just one.
Yeah, Charlie.
It's just
Charlie Brown playing.
It's only Grant Delpit.
Yes, that's it. Against the Eagles. The Giants and Athletics are both off today. And because they're both off, I feel like I'm going to take all my clothes off so that we can go streaking. Yeah, how about that?
Let's do it.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking!
All right, let's review what we did yesterday, Dave. You and Jay both went for Cincinnati Reds to try to keep your streak alive. You were at 1, trying to get to 2. And for the first time ever, I believe, anybody had taken, what is it, Spencer Steer?
Spencer Steer, I think. Yeah,
his name?
And I don't know what he did, but I'm looking right now, and the Reds had 7 runs on 11 hits. I don't know if my guy got a hit, but...
Well, since you both had Reds, we might as well, you're right, 7 runs, 11 hits. You took Spencer Steer. They were batting him 4th.
Yeah.
He's batting 270 plus going into the game. 4 plate appearances, no runs scored, no RBI, no hits.
It's over. 11 hits. 11 hits. Don't even have a streak.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
So yours is over. I'll go same game. Jay Mars.
What an ass.
He was working on 4 games, trying to get to 5, halfway to the show record, and he picked the phenom, Ellie De La Cruz. 7 runs, 11 hits. I mean, if Steer didn't get any hits, Ellie De La Cruz definitely did. By Dave's laughter, I think 4 plate appearances, no runs, no RBI, and also no hits.
Oh, it's over. Wow. They go 7 runs, 11 hits, and their 2 big hitting stars go a combined 0 of 8.
Who had hits for them?
Friedel had 3, McLean had 3, Votto had 2,
Foster,
Fairchild had 2,
Concepcion,
Encarnacion Strand had 1. Yes, Rose came through big.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So I was at 0, trying to get to 1. I just went reliable. Just show me Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei the money.
The Angels had 8 hits. They only had 2 runs, but Shohei had 4 plate appearances, scored a run, had an RBI because he went yard. He had 3 hits. So I'm at a streak of 1.
How does that feel? Feel good? You
Feels
feel good about yourself?
So I'm the show leader now at 1 to 0. We'll get a pick from Jay later. Kyle, you could pick today. Who are you going to pick?
I don't think I should be allowed to pick today because the last time I was on the show, I picked Keibert Ruiz of the Nationals, and the Nationals got no hit that day.
Then I agree. You should not get to
or
pick.
unless to see if you could pick a streak of it. Picking a guy from a team that
streak
gets
of
no
hitters.
That would be impressive.
Well, if we're talking about a team that's probably going to get no hits, let's go my San Diego Padres. We'll go with Ha-Sung Kim.
Okay. Dave?
All right, look, if I don't get a hit today, I just don't even know, dude. Okay, I just don't even
Not
know.
as many games.
I'm taking a Met.
Why?
Against Adam Wainwright, 3-7 with an 8.78 ERA. Okay.
Which Met? Mr. Met?
I'm not taking Mr. Met, nor am I taking Mrs. Met, by the way, who is available and off the DL.
Kismet.
I am taking my guy, Jeff McNeil.
That is clearly your guy.
Yes, host of the McNeil Lehrer Hour, also second baseman for the Mets.
I'm just going for reliable hitters now. I'm not even messing around. Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, well,
Frederick Freeman of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
You got a good look at him the last few days.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman. Woof. Didn't work out too well for your Yankees. But you know, it's not working out too well for any team.
You know, Freddie Freeman's not a Brave.
I know.
That's playing the Brave. Well, let me finish. And the fact that he's now a Dodger makes him even scarier with
That's
that.
right. That's why I got a really good look at him.
I hate talking about baseball so much. God.
How about celebrity birthdays?
Now let's go. Celebrity birthdays. That is coming up in the next segment with Whitey and Watkins. Some big ones today. Yeah? No?
Sure.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Have you previewed?
I have. I've looked at the list.
And remember, Whitey and Watkins will have all of your schedule information coming up at noon at Sactownsports.com. Frankie Carnicelli, our Kings insider, will have all the breakdowns of all the national games and road and home and streaks and back-to-back, blah, blah, blah. You'll have all of that. And like I said, Whitey and Watkins will be running through that for half their show. Well, or more.
Okay.
We'll take a break. When we come back, they roll in celebrity birthdays. What's the day today nationally? And Whitey will make me feel so uncomfortable and so self-conscious. It's all part of Crosstalk. It's coming up next.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
I'm all for just football coaches getting weird. I think that was a big thing for a long time.
Fired. You get weird and it doesn't work. Bye-bye.
If it doesn't work, but if it does work, then you're like Sean McVay. You're a genius.
You're revolutionizing the game.
Exactly. And do it or die trying.
You're going to get fired eventually one way or the other, I guess. So.
Everybody gets fired except for Bill Belichick and Mike Tomlin.
It's Whitey and Watkins from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Sometimes progress toward global net zero can be hard to see, invisible even, like how Chevron is targeting 25 million tons of CO2 per year in storage and offsets by 2030, while at the same time working with partners to reduce the cost of carbon capture and scale the technology to other industries like cement, innovating toward lower carbon solutions today while helping others do the same for the future. That's energy in progress. Visit chevron.com/carbon capture.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life and your choices with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age, but there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chryslers make this the summer sales events going on right now, but why drive all the way to Hoblet, Chad?
Because if you go somewhere else, you're paying too much. No one beats Hoblet when it comes to price and service. Right now, you can save nearly $16,000 off MSRP when you lease a new 2023 Jeep Wrangler 4xe. There are so many to choose from and even more lease options. If you need a Jeep that will get you where you need to go and save you money on gas, this is the Jeep for you.
You have any of those Jeep Gladiator trucks, Chad? My buddy loves his.
Yes, we do. And you can save up to $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2023 Jeep Gladiator, with prices starting at $2,000 below employee pricing on certain models. Plus, no one beats Hoblet's service and overall selection.
Stop by Hoblet Dodge in Woodland today for a test drive or see their entire inventory online at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$15,900 total net savings for lease option only after $12,250 factory rebates and $3,650 dealer discounts. Rebates include $7,500 federal tax credit. Consult your tax professional for details. Lease offer subject to approval through Stellantis. $7,500 total net savings on 2023 Jeep Gladiators in stock after $7,500 dealer discount. At least $2,000 below factory employee price. 5 each net savings to dealer for details.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
What would it take for a plumbing company to earn your trust? Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And let's face it, plumbing and service companies don't always have the best reputation.
So to earn your trust, the first thing they'd have to do is actually answer the phone when you call with a real live person. Then they'd have to send a plumber when you needed them, day or night, without charging extra for emergency services.
A trustworthy plumber would show up on time, wearing a clean uniform and name badge, and be able to show that they had passed a background check and drug test.
A plumber you could trust would give you a firm quote on the job before starting and clean up after they finish the job.
That's exactly the plumber you'll get when you call Bell Brothers. A plumber you can trust. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234, or or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Whether you're shopping for your favorite Honda online or in person, you'll see why Stockton Honda is the #1 Honda dealer in Northern California and why buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Visit in person or online at StocktonHonda.com, where your favorite Honda is ready for you.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own loan report.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey! Yeah. It's a big day today. We got preseason football tonight. Women's World Cup preview Sunday. Chris isn't wearing a hat. Huge day. Huge day.
Monumental.
Wow. Good morning. Are we just doing the whole thing? As I'm here for it. I'll do this for 10 minutes, and you know I will.
You have no idea.
Patty cake the hell out of this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Schedule's coming out during the show.
Yes. Seems like you already have it.
Yeah. And
honestly, guys, he's made the whole thing up.
Yeah,
I've heard that's happened before.
I mean, who's gonna call him out?
I heard that happen to someone on the station years ago.
That they made up the schedule?
No, that they gave the schedule, and then it turned out it's like, that's not the schedule.
That is not correct.
I don't remember that, but I've heard of that happening.
Well, see, what happens is they send out a draft schedule, and then each team has like a few days to, it's not that long, but they have like a few days to go, oh, nope, Taylor Swift or whatever.
Oh.
And then
They should play Taylor Swift.
well, there's right? Did you hear? I heard a report. She turned down the Super Bowl.
Really?
That's how big she is.
Yeah, I was going to say it's too small for her.
She turned down the Super Bowl.
Well, they don't pay you for the Super Bowl.
I get it. I'm just saying.
I think she's got enough money.
Yeah, she's made some money. But then sometimes people will.
You know why she turned it down? Because Travis Kelce might be there.
Yeah, the friendship bracelet and all that. Well, we hope we have the right one today. I think we do, and you guys will be going through not just that, but like we said, also the NBA schedule, different matchups.
Pistons.
Yeah, I want to know where the Cavs are going to be in November. Personally,
I do.
Yeah.
I always like to find the worst game of the whole year.
Yeah.
Typically, it's like, Tuesday in February between two weak teams. But my point is, I think that's harder to do than ever because to me, even teams like Orlando's like, they got 14 lottery picks.
Yeah.
They got
something
some really
might
good
work.
players. Yeah.
Something might happen. How was Wet Blanket Wednesday? Was there anything that you wet blanketed?
It was damp.
Wet Blanket Wednesday is what he wet blanketed.
Yeah.
I don't
really?
think I should have to do it just because it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's right.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of meta. Like
That's what I was saying.
Wet Blanket Wednesday sucks. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay. It really grinds your gears.
Yeah, exactly.
Today is National Hazy IPA Day. I'm glad that came up because honestly, yuck. And anyone a hazy IPA guy? Anyone an IPA guy?
Hazies are better than just straight IPAs. A little more smooth.
Well, you're not a big drinker, are you?
Not really.
Yeah. IPA? It tastes like pine trees.
It's sad.
And I think it's one of those things like how some people eat cilantro and it tastes like dish soap. And I love cilantro. Oh, you're one of those people?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I think it's like that. Like, I can't imagine something as disgusting as an IPA. There's people like Kyle Madsen. They're like, oh my God, it's so refreshing. I like my deep oatmeal chocolate stout, whatever the hell it is. Anyways, that's a millennial thing. National I Love My Feet Day. Let's go around the room.
I do not love your feet.
Is anyone here not comfortable walking around in sandals? Like some people hate their feet. They go, I have ugly feet. I think my feet are fine.
It's not that like I'm embarrassed by it.
Yeah,
I
you just don't
do it.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Okay. Socks and sandals, yay or nay? Not in public.
I think it's fine regardless.
I think it is
like
too.
Whatever. I mean,
Sometimes
people wear a
necessary.
lot worse things than socks and sandals.
I just sometimes it depends on the sandal, but you get your feet get sweaty.
People wear like socks and Crocs now.
Socks
It's
and
like,
Crocs.
I mean,
Socks and Crocs, great morning show.
Yeah, it sounds like a
years
morning
ago, I
show.
used to listen to that.
Finally, it's a National Massachusetts Day. I've never been, but when I say Massachusetts, really, literally, first thing that pops into your head, Massachusetts.
Nick Cattles.
It's actually Massachusetts.
Fenway Park.
Massachusetts.
Mock is smart as hard to God.
Clam chowder. So, I mean, National Massachusetts Day. That's how you celebrate it. Really? Yeah. Oh, Christ. Let's get celebrity birthdays right now.
Can we get a Davism?
Oh, yeah.
How many do you want?
I mean, are there any?
At least two.
Okay.
Well, between birthdays, we'll do them. How about that? Go first.
There we go.
Celebrity birthdays.
I go first?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, the Padres are the National League Mets.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Robert De Niro.
Jeez.
He's 81.
I'd say 85.
I'm going to say even Steven 80. 8-0.
83.
We have a correct answer, and it belongs to
he's not 90.
Carmichael Dave.
Yes!
80.
Wow.
So that deserves one of these.
At what age do we remember things from? 7 years old?
I feel like that's a legit
That's a good question.
though.
I've thought of
You
that
know,
before.
like, I don't have
yeah.
any memories before 7.
So nobody remembers kindergarten.
The
That's a good point. That's a good point.
The National League Padres.
Happy birthday, Sean Penn.
Oh, is that what you guys were talking about, Fast Times?
No.
Oh, okay.
63.
That's a good guess. I'll say 65.
I'll say 60.
64.
You guys said it was a good guess because it was the correct guess. Sean Penn is 63. Good job.
Hey,
Whitey.
quick
Listen.
question. I know. Oh, go ahead.
Emil is in studio next. Is he in studio? I don't know either.
It's out of context. Hey, by the way, actor that you never thought would be an awesome actor more, Keanu Reeves or Sean Penn? Didn't they both?
Is Keanu awesome?
He is, right? No.
No.
He's well, I mean, he's not going to win an Oscar.
Popular.
Yeah.
He's not like an actor.
But no, neither of them you thought when they started out were going to become some big superstar,
Spicoli.
right? Yeah, Spicoli. Who thought that?
Hey, happy birthday, John Gruden.
John Gruden would want to remind everybody, by the way, that these birthdays are brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. Nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies.
Have a crumble, they're so good. We, your taste buds, wish you would.
Who was it?
John Gruden.
Oh.
65.
John Gruden is 62.
67.
I'll tell you what, John Gruden's 66.
Oh my
everybody.
God, is that John Gruden or Kyle Ledbetter? I don't even know.
John
I think
Gruden
was
goofy.
I think we're John Gruden.
He's 60.
He's 60.
Yeah. Oh, I prefer grapefruit for breakfast, but it gives me indigestion.
I love this bit.
I don't, and I did because honestly, it does make me sound like an old man.
You have another one?
It does give me.
I have a couple more.
Yeah.
How old was John Gruden?
60.
60.
I don't want to be on a roller coaster anymore.
That's actually kind of philosophical, though. I'm tired of this dance. You guys coming up today? What's going on?
Hey, you know what? We're going to look at the way Kings fans, over the years, looking at the schedule, the way that's changed from the early days to the way it is now. When for a Kings fan, the new schedule comes out totally different.
Well, how is it different?
It used to be like, when's Magic coming to town? And now it's how long we going to leave the beam lit?
That's a great point. It's how times have changed.
Yeah.
All right.
Schedule's out at noon.
Whitey and Watkins, schedule out in 2 hours and 6 minutes. They got you covered all afternoon until they end.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know either. Indigestion. They'll hand the baton off to, I don't know, whoever's in the afternoons. Stick with us all day. SactownSports.com.
The Kings preseason schedule is out, and Sactown Sports has you covered. Preseason stops include Vancouver, Anaheim, San Francisco, and Sacramento, with matchups against the Raptors, Lakers, Warriors, and Jazz.